for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today. 954-983-6662. 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Panthers and the Hurricanes, game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final tonight. Time to hear from the head coach of the Panthers, Paul Maurice. Our conversation, as always, is presented by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. And first thing I asked Paul Maurice was what he took away from the Game 3 win.
Both teams, I thought, were playing really hard through 2 periods, and the next goal was going to be critical. But what you see happen sometimes is the game goes one of 2 ways. Sometimes if you give up the next goal and now you're down, but you felt you were playing really tight, you almost that instantly loosens you up and off you go. You get to your game. You hope you got enough time on the clock. But that game was played hard and well by both teams. It was contested. So that idea that you're the team that got the break, that set it in motion, that can be tough for the other team.
And considering it was Jesper who scored that go-ahead goal in the third period, I know you mentioned, too, looking at the previous game, the shot block from Gadjevich really got a rise out of the bench. Because it was Jesper who scored the goal, considering the circumstances, come in and after not playing the last couple, slots in for Sam, gets a big goal. What was the reaction down there after that one?
It's such a good thing to see. Like, what's the truth? Like, the coach is the jerk, right? I got to pull guys in and take guys out, and they're all good players. But if your room is right, they're even happier for Jesper because he comes back in and boy, does he feel like he's a part of it. He's still, he's scoring big goals for us. He had 3 points. So the coach can be a jerk. He's got to make those decisions. But I'm not right or wrong when the guy's in it. It's the room that's right. So these guys come in. They're a part of it. They're buddies. They're friends. They're colleagues. They love each other. They're going to play hard for each other. So they love that success for him and also for our team. And with a guy like him coming in, and we talked about it last time out, obviously he was a regular for you guys this year. The same thing for Uvis Balinskis, who gets in tonight, or Nico Stern. Yeah. To be able to plug these guys in who know their way around the rink, as you've said in these playoff games, they know what to expect this time of year. I'd imagine that the trust for you guys is all the way. Well, the standard line coaches give players when they're out and say, you got to stay ready. But a better way, like they've already been ready. They've already done what they needed to do to be a really good player in your lineup. So you're not pumping their tires. It's not like, hey, we're going to need you at some point. We've already needed you. You're already a part of this. When you get chance to go in, you're still just a part of it. So the pressure's not all on you. It's the whole group. These guys move together. The 26, 27 of them move together. Some guys are in some nights, some guys aren't. We're going to have injuries, but I do think they feel like a collective group.
It feels like so often every time we hit one of the big round numbers, we do a little bit of a check-in here, but 70 playoff games now for Anton Lundell tonight, and he won't turn 24 until the beginning of October. That's almost another full season of games tacked on to his career total once you hit 70. Is he now a guy that you can look to as kind of a tone setter in these big games? And he made a huge defensive play last game on Jankowski in front of the net that helped you guys work out your own end. So, with his game continuing to evolve, what do you see there?
I guess maybe to describe it as what's your relationship coach to player, and so much of that for me is based on expectation. I don't expect a first-year player to make all the right reads, so we're not yelling at him when he doesn't. And then you hit a threshold of a high expectation for a player. And then there's another threshold, is you have an expectation that a guy should be able to do it. You're on that guy. And it has to be every night, every game. So you're harder on that middle band. And then you've got some guys who almost never make the mistake, right? So you forgive those mistakes because they just don't make them. Where you got to be careful is that you're never yelling at Barkey then, right? And you're only yelling at Lundy. Lundy's a man now. He sits in that room in the same way that Barkov does, that Sam Bennett does, that any of the centermen do. He is a critical piece. We're not winning without him. He's too important to our team. But he's also now starting to move in. I've seen him do it right and hard so many times that when he makes a mistake, you just leave it on to the next shift. We've seen you play too well, too hard, that you know that mistake won't happen again, because the history says you just played 13 games and we haven't seen it. So he's moving into that area.
And the last thing, what is the biggest focus here? A situation you guys are familiar with, a potential closeout game. What's the big focus in a game like this?
You want to make sure that you don't see any of the things that you see in elimination games, especially at 3-0, so you want to be taking hits. I mean, we're going to finish our checks, we're going to do that, but you want to make sure that you're going back hard to get those pucks, that there are hard things that have to be done for us to win a game, and we have to be willing to do them regardless of the score of the series. And then the next thing is no secret plays. Tonight is not the night to win the game in the first 5 minutes because you want to go spin around and backhand across something that we've never done all year. We're going to do it tonight because we want it so bad. That's not a lack of character. That's a desire to win. That's the want to win so bad for each other that you start to see unusual things. Now, we've had this situation before, so we've talked about all these things. What you want is, this is not the last game of the series, and we're going to play this game like it's Game 7, in that you can't sit back, you have to be aggressive, but you have to be smart. I mean, all of these, we prepare for Game 7 games in a series, but we want to play each one like it's the 7th game. That's not with a total abandonment and say, whatever happens, happens. It's overtime offense. It's on your stick. You can be the hero. Put the puck at the net. Let's go. Let's not cheat the game, but do all the right things that you would in a Game 7.
Panthers head coach Paul Maurice there. A pregame conversation presented as always by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. We'll step aside. We'll come back. One more segment here on Panthers Preview. We get the view from the opposing side of things and hear from the Canes head coach Rod Brindamore. Also the scratches ahead of tonight's matchup. Panthers and the Hurricanes. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final next, right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
South Florida, flavor this tasty is no mirage. It's Celsius Sparkling Oasis Vibe, and it's one of my favorites. A delicious combination of prickly pear plus lime. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river. I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Tabañero hot sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
South Florida, shout out one time for the original vibe. The OG, sparkling peach vibe. Deliciously sweet and 100% refreshing. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Welcome back inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise, getting you ready for Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Panthers lead this best-of-7 series 3-0, hoping to advance to the Stanley Cup Final for a third straight year if they can get a win here this evening. Let's get to the scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And remember, tonight's medical doctors are Dr. Uribe, Dr. Yagnik, Dr. Ross, presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. And as far as the scratches are concerned tonight, out for the Panthers, Jacob Megna, A.J. Greer, Sam Reinhart, Mackie Samoskevich, Nico Mikkola, Greer, Reinhart, Mikkola all day today. On the other side for Carolina, scratch Jalen Chatfield, Sean Walker, Tyson Jost, Ty Smith, Juha Yashka, Riley Stillman, and Jack Roslovic, your scratches from Baptist Health. The pregame scouting report, the view from the other side, presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. Here's the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brindamore, following Game 3. His thoughts on his team from last time out.
Just bad decision-making. And the 4 rookies in the lineup can't be some of your better players. Like, that can't happen. So there's a couple guys in there that, I don't think came to play the way they needed to in this type of time of year. It can't be Jordan Stahl and Martinook being our best players. Like, that can't always be that way. And they are every night. So we needed more out of some guys.
Rod Brindamore, the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, and in some senses calling out certain members of his team there, if you read between the lines. The pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. We'll step aside. We'll come back. The starting lineups in the opening face-off in Game 4. Panthers trying to punch a ticket to the Cup Final tonight. We'll see if they can on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Panthers Preview. Face-off for tonight's game is just minutes away.
You're listening to the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Still with it. Here's a one-timer and a score!
Sirius XM 91.
AIS HD2 Boca Raton. It's game time.
That's the power play. Barkov to Chuck in front. Bouncing puck jammed and they score! A power play goal! Carter Verhaeghe on the backhand, and the Panthers take the lead.
The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are on.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers.
Now, let's get right to the action.
Oh, welcome inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. It's the Panthers and the Hurricanes. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers lead the best of 7, 3 games to none. Your starting lineup presented by SeatGeek. Your ticket to great Panthers seats for the Panthers, coached by Paul Maurice. The starting forward line, Alexander Barkov between Evan Rodriguez and Jesper Boquist. Dmitry Kulikov, Seth Jones defensively. The goaltender, Sergei Bobrovsky. For Rod Brindamore's Carolina Hurricanes. Up front, it'll be Mark Jankowski between Eric Robinson and Will Carrier. Alexander Nikishin, Dmitry Orlov defensively. In front of the goaltender, Frederick Anderson. It's the Panthers in red, right to left. The Carolina Hurricanes in white, left to right. Barkov stands in against Jankowski. Game 4 is underway. The Panthers trying to punch a third straight ticket to the Stanley Cup Final. Puck played up the far side of the ice, and this one's going to be maneuvered through the neutral zone. Dmitry Kulikov, the takeaway. Evan Rodriguez in down to our left. Along the boards, Jesper Boquist, a shot high, rims out to the far point, and Seth Jones will hammer it down behind the net. Here on the near side of the ice, picked up then by Rodriguez. Has it just inside the blue line. Jones a shot, blocked. He's bumped along the near wall. The Panthers keep up the pressure, still in the offensive zone before it's ultimately pulled away by Robinson, who didn't clear. Another chance to get it out. Carolina will. Up the near side, here's Robinson, top of the right circle to the high slot. Good stick check put on by Seth Jones against Carrier. Knocked the puck away, and the Panthers will work it out into neutral ice. Sam Bennett hands it back for the defense. Then Jones to Forsling up the near side. Bouncer at center, and the Carolina Hurricanes will grab control. Stankoven plays it down along the near boards into the near corner. Sam Bennett with it to Forsling, on for Verhaeghe. Odd man rush for the Panthers. Verhaeghe up the left side of the circle. A shot, and it's just wide. Freddie Anderson may have gotten a piece of that, and the puck leaves the zone. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you, Manny Chang, our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control. Panthers trying to close it out here tonight. Kachuk in front for Bennett, just jumped away. And back come the Hurricanes through center ice. It's lobbed in by Svechnikov. Down to our right. Bouncing puck kept to the outside by Verhaeghe. And the Panthers get a clear, a minute and a half in.
Burns pinches way down. Almost down to the hash marks in his own end. Panthers get it out on half wall. That leads to a 3-on-1 going down the other way. Verhaeghe shoots it a little bit wide.
Now the puck played out to center, Seth Jarvis. He'll roll it along the far boards, down to the far corner. Loose back in behind the net. Anton Lundell for Seth Jones. Bumped off the puck by Jarvis. A shot from the far circle. And Sebastian Aho stopped by Bobrovsky. Puck played to the line. And Carolina keeps control. Long shot, Scott Morrow. That's wide. Off to the far corner. Etzila Wostarinen is there. He'll leave it back behind the net. Jones will take over. Gives off to the far side for Wostarinen. Rink wide for Kulikov. Gains center, dumps it in. Down and around the end boards it goes. goes. Far side of the ice. Orlov after it. Orlov for Morrow here on the near side. Looks cross ice, and the puck angled into the neutral zone. Jesperi Kotkaniemi over on that far side, then he'll cruise in. Now off to the near side, a pass. That one is away from the intended man. Taylor Hall did catch up to it, though. Orlov, long shot, tipped in front. A save made by Sergei Bobrovsky. And then a collision or two off to the side of the net as well. And Nate Schmidt involved in a little shoving match back behind the net. Now 17:27 left in the first. No score as the Panthers and the Canes get things going in Game 4.
Dangerous redirection in front. And it's able to be made from the save. Orlov lets it go from the point. It gets deflected in front by Blake, and all of a sudden the Panthers defenseman able to block out. And that's been a theme throughout this series as the battles in front with the Panthers defenseman. Nate Schmidt, Uvis Balinskis just working hard to keep their men away from the net, and they do the job. That allows Sergei Bobrovsky, even though it's a deflection, a clean look and a clean read on that point shot by Orlov.
Dmitry Orlov, he had a tough night in Game 3 of the series.
Dash 4, he played a good 18 holes.
Here's Nate Schmidt up the far side to Jonah Gadjevich. Down to our left, and Orlov on it once again, sent down to our right into the Panthers zone. Back for the Panthers, Tomas Nosek around for Nate Schmidt, and the puck's in rink wide and out of the zone and all the way down by Jonah Gadjevich. That will be whistled for icing. 17:07 left in the first, no score. And saying he was on top of the leaderboard last year.
Yeah. The wrong way, but in golf it'd be all right.
Well, if there's any Carolina Hurricane that's looking to redeem himself here this evening, we'll start with him.
They got a whole bunch. They've been outscored 12-1 and 5-on-5, which is quite staggering throughout the course. And one of the better 5-on-5 teams in the NHL, and the Panthers have been able to bludgeon them. And that's partly to the depth. And I'm not sure Paul Maurice really cares even about line matchups at this point. He's comfortable with any line.
Long drive from just inside the line. Aho, his attempt is blocked. And now the puck sent around the end boards. Here on the near side, Jacob Slavin for Carolina. Down to the end boards again. It's handled by Svechnikov. Out to the line. Long shot from Slavin wide. Over on the far boards, Brent Burns. He'll backhand down deep, rims around, and waiting for it here on the near boards. Aho, he'll shovel a backhand behind the net. Nate Schmidt cuts it off. Pops one up the near boards. It got away from Uvis Balinskis, who's back in the Panthers lineup here this evening. The Panthers keep control, though. Schmidt back behind the net, off the glass, got the clear, and down to our left. So Nico Sturm and Uvis Balinskis draw into the Panthers lineup tonight as we have an icing call against Carolina with A.J. Greer and Nico Mikkola out of the lineup. Boquist remains in place of Sam Reinhart. But, Billy, a luxury when you're talking about guys coming back into the lineup. These are all guys who are regulars.
Yeah, Uvis Balinskis, they're comfortable. They've all played together. Uvis Balinskis played a ton during the course of the regular season. Nico Sturm at the trade deadline came on and fourth line center. It's easy adaptations for them. They're veteran players. You look to the other side, you lose a couple of defensemen, and all of a sudden you got Nikishin and Morrow, a couple of young defenders.
Now it's Ekblad. A shot tipped in. It's just wide. Sam Bennett right out in front of the net. May have gotten a piece of that. Now to the near corner. It's Aho. Up the boards for Jordan Martinook. That didn't connect, but eventually the puck played out of the zone by Martinook. Rolled along. Ekblad straight ahead. Bennett back for the defense.
Verhaeghe on this line with Bennett and Tkachuk. They've been dominant. And once Verhaeghe, I went through some of the analytic numbers, and the goal forward expectation rate in this series, every time they've stepped on the ice, it seems like they've had the puck down in the Carolina end.
Game 2 of this series for them specifically, about as dominant as one line can be in a hockey game as the puck's played across the ice. Bennett works in offensively, down for Tkachuk, spots Kulikov with room, a wrist shot, glove save made by Freddie Anderson. 15:36 to go in the first, no score. And Billy, going off the soundbite that we heard from Rod Brindamore right at the end of our pregame show, it's not an insult to Jordan Staal or Jordan Martinook, but he basically said, Staal, Martinook, and the four rookies can't be your best players. It was an indirect way of saying that top line needs to get going.
Svechnikov, Jarvis, everyone, they've got to be better. They've got to find some scoring, and the depth of scoring for the Panthers has been on display. Carolina just can't find it. And the push at 5-on-5, we normally see that extended zone time, all that stuff that Carolina does, that just hasn't materialized. The Panthers have been able to do it bigger, better, and stronger. Basically the same kind of game plans, but the Panthers have just executed.
Now the puck play down to our right inside the Panthers zone. It's Seth Jones after it. He has a man coming his way, and he dodged that incoming, would-be check from Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who got nothing but the boards. Puck does stay inside the Panthers' end, though. Carrier around near side. It's off. Burns bouncing puck out front. Carrier in close. Ran out of room. And he'll fling it back out front. Jackson Blake a backhand in close. And Bobrovsky there positioned perfectly to make the save. Blake had a backhand look. Didn't get a whole lot on it, but Bobrovsky was positioned perfectly to make the save. And with 15:07 left in the first, no score. It does feel like Carolina has come to play, though, early in this one. They know their backs are against the wall. They're on the ropes. The Panthers have them right where they want them. All those phrases. But Carolina has come out looking like they're ready to compete here.
They have, and that was a high foot play. No one could find the puck. Jones and Kulikov looking for the puck. They can't find it. It bounces over the head. Carrier finds it. Jones does a good job getting back against Carrier, but he forces it out front to Blake for the slot shot. And Blake a couple opportunities for the Hurricanes.
Now Slavin, right point long shot, tipped, and that goes up and into the mesh. 14:56 to go in the first. No score. It's the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here this evening. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers fans score big on game day with Stoner's Pizza. Buy a large cheese pepperoni pizza, get one free. Order online at stonerspizzajoint.com using the code GOCAT. Stoner's Pizza is the official pizza of the Panthers. Online only. Price and participation may vary.
And this is, as you touched on, a very adept Carolina team. It's good. They're getting the way this series is played out. They've been getting blasted. But if the Panthers, if you're off an inch or not quite ready, this team could pounce on you and hurt you. So that's what you have to be aware of on the Panthers side. And you talked about the desperation and urgency. If it's not here tonight for the Canes, it never will be.
Gus Forsling clears, and that's the thing with this Carolina team. This isn't a team that just squeaked into the playoffs, that is on a Cinderella run, that could eventually run out of gas. This is a team that is a contender. Puck played down and around. They're not in the Eastern Conference Final by accident. Puck goes down to our right inside the Panthers zone. It's just been the Panthers really controlling play for 3 consecutive games. Puck rattled down to our left inside the Carolina zone. Jankowski up the far side. Taylor Hall there. He can't advance it. Burns kept it to the outside. A scrum in the far corner. Slavin then gives to Hall. And the puck cleared out of the Carolina zone. Panthers right to left, Carolina left to right here in this opening frame. Gadjevich up the near boards, hopped over Taylor Hall's stick. And it's tracked down by Morrow. Cross ice intercepted. Nosek to Gadjevich. He'll give on to Nico Sturm, who backhands deep into the offensive edge.
That's plays like that by Morrow can't happen. Yep. That's what the Panthers feed off. Those cross ice passes in the middle of the zone. Turnovers, the Panthers have scored within 10 seconds of turnover just a ton of times. Badly executed by Morrow.
Oh, Nico Sturm got tripped down by Morrow in the far corner, and it looks like the young Carolina defenseman got away with one there. We'll get to your officials in just a moment as the puck's carried on by Shane Gostisbehere for the Canes. He'll backpedal inside his own line. Near side for Eric Robinson. The pass missed him. Uvis Polinskas back to grab it for the Panthers. Then Nate Schmidt, rink wide, Carter Verhaeghe. The puck sent along by Verhaeghe down to our left into the Carolina zone. Picked up, whipped around by Nikishin. Over on that far side, it's Jordan Stahl there to clear. Verhaeghe backpedaling into his own zone. Across for Kulikov, given back to Verhaeghe. 13-13 left in the first. No score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here in this opening frame. Scoreless early on. The puck played inside the Panthers zone. Seth Jones back for this one. Behind the net, Kulikov. He'll dish to Sam Bennett. Bennett rink wide. Tkachuk, he's dumped down to the neutral zone. Jones after shot, it's wide. And the puck rings around. Bennett on it. Fans again thought maybe Tkachuk was tripped there in the neutral zone. Now the puck played out front. It's worked at Bennett. First try was stopped. Loose puck in the near circle. Forsling a drive. That's wide. Over on the far boards then. It's tracked down by Orlov, and he will wobble one out to the neutral zone. And Carolina backpedaling into its own end.
And that's been a problem. The Panthers D jumped up. It looked like a penalty maybe on Tkachuk, but he's still able to get that pass to Jones, who beats everyone up the ice to get a good, clean look against the goaltender Anderson. And the Panthers defensemen, wow, have they been a story.
15 goals for Panthers defensemen, most in the playoffs, and I believe Edmonton is next with 8. Here's Jesper Boquist to play one down to our left. And Boquist stays in after it. Out front, Barkov makes a move. Loose puck top of the goal crease. And the Canes cleared out to the line, not out of the zone. Nate Schmidt down and around the end boards. Here on the near side, tracked down by Boquist. Out for Evan Rodriguez. Puck escapes him. Collected by Slavin. Far side of the ice. And Kokaniemi didn't clear. And then Rodriguez dumped over. It looked like Jackson Blake got a stick in his skates there. No call. And Rubas Balinskis on for Nate Schmidt. Redirected down to our left. Deep inside the Carolina zone. Orlov is running to by Anton Lundell. And then absorbing a check on the end boards was Nikishin. Marchand got in against him. The Canes break it out quickly. And Rubas Balinskis, a good play to make sure Aho couldn't get a pass along. Svechnikov may have been off on a breakaway, had that pass connected. Now Orlov will grab it at center, tries to loft one in. A leaping Gus Forsling takes over and clears. And that's going to go into the bench area, far side of the ice. 11-17 left in the first. No score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Just getting started here in Game 4. Panthers lead the series 3-0 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, happy lunch hour, whatever time it is, wherever you are watching from. Thank you for hanging out with us today for the NHL and NBA playoffs here on TSI during part of our Playoff Pulse campaign, where we benefit SickKids Hospital every single game in Toronto. Now that you're here, please hit that like button and share this link out. That is the best way for you to increase the donation and bring more hockey fans and basketball fans here to the chat. Thank you for taking a second to do those easy YouTube things like hitting that thumbs up or thumbs down if you can't stand it and you think that I'm annoying for coming in here and telling you that you're making a difference in our Toronto community. It's all good. We'll see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team.
This is what Playoff Pulse is all about. Bringing playoff excitement and making a lasting impact for those who need it most. So let's rally together and show SickKids we're in their corner.
Hey everyone, Easton Cowan here. Let's amplify our impact. Every like, share, and subscribe boost our donations to SickKids. Watch the games, get hyped, and spread the word to grow our Playoff Pulse community. Join us now.
And learn how to take charge of your health. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime. The officials tonight, the referees Jean-Hébert and Garrett Rank, the linesmen Bevan Mills and Devin Berg here this evening. Our apologies for not getting that to you earlier.
We haven't had to get it to them.
We haven't.
They've stayed away from calling anything.
Yeah, they haven't blown the whistle yet.
Let some stuff go. They set the template early on how this game's going to be played. It looks like they're going to let the players play that. If it's consistent all the way through, the players will adjust.
Rubas Balinskis will lob one into the neutral zone and down to our left. Into the Carolina end. Doubled around near side. Puck launched out of the zone by Dmitry Orlov. Up the near boards into the Panthers in Taylor Hall. Here on the near side, Mark Jankowski. Tied up, dropped it off. It's played around the end boards by Taylor Hall. Racing in far side, Nikishin. Hammers one around here on the near boards. The puck battled for Nate Schmidt after it. Taylor Hall finds it. A pass across off Nico Sturm to Orlov. Then Nikishin far circle. Taylor Hall a one-timer. And the save made by Bobrovsky. And not intentionally by Taylor Hall. A little bit of a change-up there because the pass handcuffed him a little bit.
Yeah,
still got it away.
Couldn't get in the wheelhouse. And the one time, the man-on-man coverage, they were able to break it down with some pretty good puck movement. It gets over onto that side, and it's thrown over to Taylor Hall, and it's a wiffle ball coming on Sergei Bobrovsky. If that's in the wheelhouse, could be a pretty good opportunity. And it was decent puck movement down in the end for the Hurricanes.
Good wiffle baller there, Billy?
Yeah, no, I swing and miss at everything.
It's tougher to hit than you think. That thing knuckles around.
Yeah.
Burns, Slavin, now Aho, a long shot from inside the line, and Bobrovsky weathers the storm, makes the save, and that was kind of a design play there by Carolina.
It's absolutely. Off the set face-off, when they run Aho up high, they know exactly what they're doing. And it's hard to get out there and recognize, okay, there's a forward out high instead. And along with it, two defensemen, and they're able to get that shot cleanly through him. It got in on a hurry on Sergei Bobrovsky. He had to be alert. But they win that face-off, and get that forward, lost high in the offensive zone as quickly as possible.
6-4 the shots early for Carolina. We remain scoreless coming up on the halfway point of the first as Jesper Boqvist sends one down to our left into the Carolina zone. Brent Burns after it. Leaves it on the near side. Svechnikov, a takeaway. Boqvist across just away from Barkov. Would have had an open look had he been able to receive that one cleanly. Barkov, though, does play it down behind the net into the near corner. Rodriguez sidesteps Svechnikov. Lost the puck, though, and then Boqvist tried to pass the line that was picked off by Aho. He one-hands it out of the zone. A race down to our right. Gus Forsling there first. Ridden to the boards by Aho. Puck came free, and Aho had it for a split second. Lost it. Now here in the near corner. Down to our right inside the Panthers zone. Svechnikov. Given away, Rodriguez across. Barkov able to dangle up to the line. Lost control. Forsling, though, finds control of the puck, and he'll gain the Panthers logo at center ice. Lobs one down to our left, and Nikishin back for Carolina. 9:40 to play here in this opening frame. Puck cleared to center. In for Carolina. Jordan Staal to Jordan Martinook up the left wing. Drips off far side. Puck played behind the net. Staal there. Kulikov bumps him. Stankoven finds the puck. Off to the near point. Nikishin. Across the ice. Orlov. Long drive wide. Stankoven side of the net. Rolls it out in front. And it's cleared out of harm's way and out of the zone by Seth Jones.
Verhaeghe took a reverse hit there by Orlov. That was pretty sturdy. And now Staal sends Tkachuk down. That was a hard lick. Couple of collisions there as Kulikov dumps one to our left and into the far corner. A race for it. Verhaeghe there. And Carter Verhaeghe ultimately finds the puck out to the line. Nate Schmidt, a shot. Glove save, Freddie Anderson. And then some shoving at the side of the net. Martinook and Tkachuk in there. And that's going to draw a big crowd over. And you could tell Matthew Tkachuk making an effort to stand his ground, all the while not get sucked into anything that Carolina may have been trying to pull him into there as far as extracurricular activity goes. 8:58 left in the first. No score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes game 4. We'll be right back in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, South Florida, raspberry and peach. To be honest, I didn't know these flavors were such a winning combination until I tried them together in a 12-ounce can. Celsius Sparkling Raspberry Peach. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Kids, take the next step in becoming the ultimate Florida Panthers fan by joining the Panthers Kids Club. Members of the Kids Clubs can join for free and receive exclusive benefits, including free entries into monthly raffles, special offers, and customized content to stay informed on all things Panthers. Upgraded memberships, which include a Panthers merchandise pack and other additional benefits, can also be purchased. Visit floridapanthers.com/Kids Club for more information on all things Kids Club and to sign up.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
South Florida, one of the latest and greatest from Celsius is a balance of two iconic flavors, kiwi and strawberry. Two vibrant and delicious flavors that dance on your taste buds. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
8:58 though in the first period. No score. Game 4. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Panthers fans, get ready to celebrate your team in style. Whenever the Panthers score 3 or more in a game, you can score 2. Head over to Pliables the next day, rocking your Panthers gear, and enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables is your slice of summer anytime. Face-off coming up down to our left far circle inside the Carolina zone. And off the draw, Stankoven will bring it up the near side. Dumps one down to our right into the Panthers end. Seth Jones back to play it. He'll hold behind the net. Lost it there in front of chances. Stankoven put it wide right at the side of the net. Carolina keeps control. Played along the near boards. Kulikov bats it out to center ice, and Brent Burns will hold. Panthers dodge the bullet there.
Seth Jones with a man barreling down on him. He's got to move the puck instantly. As soon as he gets it, and all of a sudden hesitates off his stick, and Stankoven, a wonderful chance against Bobrovsky, point blank.
And the Panthers get away unscathed as Kulikov plays it out to center ice. Chipped down to our left by Jesper Boqvist. He gets there first. Off the right circle, Rodriguez to Boqvist along the right boards. A shot, tip, save Anderson. And then the puck picked up by Barkov. Dragged off to the far boards, and a penalty is upcoming against Carolina this time. They touch up, and
that'd be a slashing call.
Believe it was Jackson Blake.
Barkov, that big body, shielding the puck, almost impossible to get it off him. Jackson Blake, not the biggest guy, ends up taking a slashing call. Panthers get first power play of the game.
Panthers power plays are presented by our friends at Publix.
Clifton at 44% in this series, but remarkably still only one power play goal at home. 11 of their 12 have come on the road.
It's a statistical outlier, Billy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's the way it is right now.
Let's change it. See what we can do here.
Barkov will take the face-off against Jordan Stahl. And following the face-off, Panthers have it. Kachuk to the center of the blue line for Seth Jones, who backs off to the right point. Pass across Ekblad and hopped away, and Ekblad keeps it away from Jordan Stahl, but Martinook there to grab it. Pushed it over the Panthers line. Seth Jones back for Ekblad. 7:47 left in the first. No score here in Game 4. And the Panthers on the man advantage. It's handed back for Evan Rodriguez. Through center he goes. Pass right side, Jones. Jones around the end wall out to the near point. Kachuk, long wrister, paddled away by Anderson. Here on the near boards, it's Rodriguez keeping it down low. Then Barkov wins a puck battle, winds one around. Ekblad, and did he get there? Yes, he did. Just kept it in, lobs it down low.
It's still going to be a face-off inside because of that hustle by Ekblad.
Yeah, the puck went on a play.
If that comes outside the zone, the draw comes outside the zone, so it doesn't seem like much. But he's still, with a minute 19 left on the power play, because Ekblad then looked like he was going to come out. He sprinted from the left side all the way down to the right side on the blue line boards to keep that play alive, and then shot it in the stands. But still, you get the offensive zone face-off, which is critical, especially if you win it.
7:22 left in the first. No score, and 119 on the Panthers' Publix power play. Bennett, Marchand, Kachuk, Schmidt, Verhaeghe. On here as the second unit makes its way on.
Kachuk stays out with both units.
Pretty good second unit when you have Kachuk working on both. You've got Marchand, Verhaeghe, Bennett. I mean, Paul Maurice has options. That's what this tells you. Here's Bennett inoffensively off to the near boards, but he's stopped up at the line, has to backpedal, and the Panthers will reload. Nate Schmidt off to the right side. Across the ice for Verhaeghe, a little out of his reach. Burns tries to clear. Verhaeghe kept it in. Verhaeghe to Kachuk. Stick handles out of trouble. A wrist shot blocked by Burns. Marchand to Kachuk. Into the slot. Schmidt can't settle it. Loose puck far circle picked up and cleared by Slavin all the way down. 6:38 left in the first. No score here in Game 4.
Hurricanes are so good with their sticks on the penalty kill, along with the pressure. But the best stick team in the league as far as breaking up passes, they're always active.
Here's Verhaeghe out front looking for Marchand. Pass didn't connect there. It's picked up and tossed out of the zone by Nikishin all the way down. Nikishin, just his third National Hockey League game. He's never played a regular season game. 7 times the last 3 seasons, Billy, was the defenseman of the month in the KHL.
Yeah, very good. It took him a while to come over here, 3rd-round draft pick.
And maybe a steal or a big value pick for Carolina, depending on how things go. They have some pretty high hopes for him. Puck played all the way down to our right, and it's back to 5-on-5 hockey here.
Doesn't speak any English at all yet, and so Svechnikov, I'm sure, is probably his main go-to source in what's going on.
And he's been paired with Orlov. As
Orlov, that helps.
Brought in by Jankowski. Peels off to the boards. Jankowski here on the near side, down along the end wall, trying to rattle one out front. And a bouncing puck side of the net. Eventually, Anton Lundell over to the far boards. Eetu Luostarinen there. Looks to clear. Held in. Eric Robinson down low. Far circle. He was looking for Taylor Hall. That didn't connect. Far corner, Luostarinen into a puck battle. Ekblad there to help. Rolled up the far boards. Gostisbehere kept it in. Across Morrow. Long shot. That's off the side of the net. Here to the near boards then. A puck tracked down by Lundell. But Taylor Hall took it away. Now here on the near side, Robinson looking out front. And it rolls Bobrovsky's way. He'll cover up. 5:09 left in the first. No score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. More of Game 4 on the other side of the break. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
The peace lily is so last year.
Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air.
Where in the world are you watching from? Thanks for hanging out with us today, this morning, this evening, middle of the night, wherever it is where you're watching from all over the world. Now's the time of the show. Please let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Let us know your city and province in there, city and state if you're in the USA, or all over the world. Send those flag emojis out and let's see where the world is gathering from. Hanging out together, making a difference with SickKids Hospital in Toronto. Thank you for being here. Just by being here, you're making a difference. With every view, it calculates into our donation as we do a percentage every single month.
Where in the world are you watching from? Now's the time to show for you to let us know where you're watching from in that chat or by visiting our new live viewers website. Holy Mackinac! As we are passing 100,000 insiders on Toronto Sports Insider, the playoff pulse is a global force. Visit TorontoSportsInsider.com to see our live viewer map and where fans are cheering from right across the globe. While you're there, check out our awesome new website and fresh merch options. Let's keep growing this global community.
Teams have had some chances. Kachuk to center ice. Svechnikov intercepts, can't advance it. His pass bounced off Kachuk. One special team situation in the game so far. It was a Panthers power play, and they weren't able to convert. Center ice, Aho gives to Seth Jarvis. Near side, Svechnikov along the boards. Hands it back. Burns a drive. And that one ricochets away from the front of the net. Svechnikov here on the near side. Spins one to the goal. And it's fought off by the left pad of Bobrovsky. Looked like Katz would ultimately knock that away. A hard hit delivered by Verhaeghe. The puck freed up. Svechnikov a shot. That's off the side of the net. Back behind the goal. Ekblad a body on Svechnikov. And the puck played over the far side from the half wall. A shot from Aho off a body out front of the net. And Sam Bennett will walk along for the Panthers. Gets to center. It's lobbed in down to our left and into the corner. Brent Burns back to handle it. 4:10 left first period. No score. A few minutes back in game time, Billy, you mentioned Carter Verhaeghe took a hard hit. That time he gave a hard hit as the puck's launched all the way down to our right. And you feel like Carter Verhaeghe, he's kind of like a wide receiver in football who's not afraid to go over the middle and take a shot.
A lot of these Panthers, same thing. I asked Paul Maurice about it this morning, about team toughness, and he says, yeah, we get hit as much as we dish it out, and we're comfortable in doing both. Team toughness for this Panther team, it goes along beyond nasty, what everyone talks about. 5-on-50 puck battles, mental toughness, another big hit there by Orlov.
It looked like he got his arm up on him, but no call on the play.
It's all toughness all around for the Panthers.
Up the left side, it's Jordan Stahl. Into the far corner then, Uvis Balinskis, a takeaway on for Rodriguez. Cleared to center, Morrow sends it back along. Far corner, Nate Schmidt. Straight on Anton Lundell through the center circle into the offensive end. Far circle, Lundell peels off, looks out front. Intercepted by Blake, fails to clear as Luostarinen dumped him down. Puck still inside the Carolina zone before it's eventually cleared by Jesperi Kotkaniemi. And as the Panthers try to work back in, a hand pass call. 3:01 left in the first. No score. Billy, Anton Lundell, he doesn't turn 24 until the beginning of October. This is career playoff game number 70.
That's a whole season, basically.
That's a whole season's worth of time.
A whole season playoff time. You get that kind of experience at a young age, and you got a Stanley Cup ring. Can't put a real value on that as a youngster. His career moving forward with the Panthers or wherever it is, it's going to be extended by an extra 5 or 10 years. Because 5 or 7 years, because of what's already happened early on in his career, will always be coveted when you have that type of experience.
He's developed a lot of know-how, and he's a responsible two-way player who's still just scratching the surface in terms of what he is capable of accomplishing. The puck played down to our right. It's Jesperi Kotkaniemi into the near corner. And had the puck taken away by Brad Marchand. They continue to battle. The Canes keep it down low. It's Schmidt around Balinskis far side, off Lundell, out to the line. Luostarinen bolts out of the zone. Nate Schmidt hops in the rush too. And it's played out front. Schmidt just puts it down, but a penalty's coming. Nate Schmidt by turning on the Jets and getting into the rush there.
Oh, he's a penalty. Nate Schmidt just took one back. And that's unfortunate. Yep. You had one, and Nate Schmidt with a retaliatory penalty did not have to take it. Super job jumping up in the plate. And then it's a play down low and just off the boards, and all of a sudden Nate Schmidt realized I can jump on the play here and make something happen. Will Schring got the puck, and Nate Schmidt just turned on the gas, and Jackson Blake can skate. He's one of their fastest skaters. Nate Schmidt was able to beat him in the net, got hooked from behind. That's the original call. And then Nate Schmidt gave him a couple of gloves to the face, and Blake went down rather easily. But still, you have the penalty coming your way. Just back off. The understanding there. And that extra shot probably going to get called every time, even if it is a bit of a flop. So we end up with 4-on-4 hockey.
No, I think officials are probably always looking for the retaliation to take place.
Yes. And that was the case there. But what speed there by Schmidt. Because, as I said, Jackson Blake's one of their faster skaters. And again, the Panthers defenseman just jumping off the play, just forcing the issue. Just a minor bobble, and Lou Shreenan was able to get the puck. And, boy, Schmidt did. He turned on the gas there.
Face-off near circle down to our left inside the Carolina zone. 4-on-4 here for a couple of minutes. Just over a couple of minutes remaining in the first period. Barkov in neutral ice. Backpedals inside his own end. And Barkov, Rodriguez, Ekblad, Forsling, the 4 Panthers on. Barkov, pass across. Rodriguez in offensively. Shifts off to the right boards. Out to Ekblad, right point. Long shot. Rattles wide to the near corner. And Barkov there to win a race to it. Barkov in front to an open Ekblad. A shot! And that's off a Hurricane. Looked like Slavin, believe, went off his skate out of play. Slavin and Jarvis both laying down trying to block that shot. 1:48 left in the first. No score. And 1:28 left in our stretch of 4-on-4 hockey.
Everyone got focused on Barkov on the left side of the ice. And he's wheeling and dealing. All of a sudden, Ekblad over on the right side. 3 Hurricanes looking at the puck. Ekblad was wide open in desperation. They get back in front, able to block that shot. Ekblad took a little extra time, tried to pull drag it around the defender, unable to do it, blocked up into the netting. You get watching the puck against the superstars like Barkov, whoever it is in the league, you're going to pay a price because they are going to find the open man. That's what happened on that scenario.
Back behind the net, Gostisbehere with 100 seconds to play here in the first. Scoreless, Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 4, and the Canes bring it out to center ice. Dropping back inside the Carolina zone, Stankoven. And he'll zoom back ahead. Leaves it for Gostisbehere. Left to right go the Canes across your radio. Across from Gostisbehere. Stahl near boards for Orlov. Missed him. Down behind the Panthers net. Seth Jones to Kulikov. Kulikov here in the near circle. He'll backpedal a bit, dodging some pressure from Stankoven. Given then to Seth Jones. Kulikov now. Straight on for Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe to the center circle. Looks left. Jones into the offensive end for the Panthers. Seth Jones here on the near boards. Jones will backpedal to the line. The puck just rolled away. The Panthers forced to reload. Verhaeghe for Forsling. Handed back for Jones, and he'll give to Forsling. Panthers make a change. 50 seconds to go. Period number 1. Scoreless here in Sunrise. Up the near side. A pass too far for Marchand. And then Svechnikov is shouldered by Forsling. Ekblad there to grab control of the puck. And Ekblad gives to Gus Forsling, who goes right to left across your radio. Here's Forsling in offensively. Shakes by Burns. Down to the near corner. Forsling around the end wall. Nobody home for the Panthers. Aho on that far side along for Burns. And the pass does find Brent Burns. Through center he goes in over the Panthers line. He's bumped off the puck by Ekblad. In the far corner, it's Gus Forsling. There to play it around. Near corner, Sam Bennett. Up the boards, Nate Schmidt. Backhanded out to neutral ice. Whacked back along by Slavin for Carolina. Stopped up and played in by Nate Schmidt. Back to 5-on-5 hockey as we head to the final seconds here in this opening frame. The Panthers and the Canes in Game 4 will go to the room through 20 minutes. No score. So a tight one so far between the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. We will have one of the Panthers joining us at ringside in just a moment, but 20 minutes in the books and a tight game as we would expect.
This is what I thought the series might look like from game number 1 on, but Panthers and Carolina toe-to-toe chances on both sides, some opportunities. You have to work for it, dump pucks in. I thought both teams, credit to them, they were able to get some chances on the goaltender, get some separation at times. And Carolina, with the desperation, they got their opportunities. Sergei Bobrovsky, there was a couple of mistakes by the Panthers. And also, down at the other end, you had some time, had some looks against the goaltender Anderson, and both these teams, you can see the defensive structure that they kind of play with. When it's kind of on, you're going to have to get down there, meat and potatoes, and that's what we've thrived on in this series, and the Panthers have been the better team at it in that opening period. Carolina was able to kind of go toe-to-toe with the Panthers, and it's going to be a tough one as you try and close out. The fourth is always the hardest to win. It was talked about a lot this morning and why that is, and no team's going to go out quiet.
Nope.
Every team has got a lot of pride in that dressing room, and especially Rod Brindamore and a team coached by him. They're going to come out and give it your all, but you're still out of that first period scoreless, in good shape after one.
Panthers and the Canes. No score, 20 minutes in the books here this evening between these two. And we get ready downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room. Again, scoreless through 20 minutes. Panthers and the Canes here at Amerant Bank Arena. And we go downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room. And we've got Panthers forward Nico Sturm downstairs with us after one. Nico, Doug, Billy up here in the booth. And just your thoughts on the first 20 minutes. Obviously, a potential closeout game for you guys. But you know that's a proud team over on the other side that doesn't want to go away quietly. How did it feel there in the first 20 minutes?
Those are usually the toughest games to play, the games where you can end the team season, and we know they're going to come out and make a good push, and that's what they did. Played with more physicality than probably the previous few games, so we held them off there. I think we can simplify our game, get a couple more pucks deep, and get back to our game.
And Nico, for yourself, you've been on the lineup for a while. How's the legs feel in that opening period?
Yeah, it's tough, obviously. You know, you're out for, 10 days. You work out, you skate in practice, but it's tough to simulate the game pace, I think, especially this time of the year. So I got my first period under my belt and just move forward.
And Nico, moving forward, I know that it's probably similar from night to night, but what do you guys need to do to make things as tough as possible on Freddie Anderson down there in the Carolina net?
Yeah, first of all, I think we got to get some more ozone possession time and such with us not trying to carry the puck over the blue line every time. Get back to our dump game. And, yeah, like you said, a little more traffic. I think that the shots that he faced this period, he saw most of them. So I think we can do a little better job to create some chaos in the crease there.
Nico, thank you so much for stopping by here. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Nico.
That is Nico Sturm of the Panthers downstairs. 20 minutes in the books. And you know what? A true pro guy with a Stanley Cup ring under his belt. And it's a luxury for the Panthers. As he said it right there, I'm sure tough to go through it day to day, but at the same time, a true pro keeps himself ready, knows what it takes this time of the year, and you need depth this time of the year. Going into the playoffs, Billy, we talked about it. The Panthers have basically a fifth line of forwards every night, not in the lineup that could be playing for every other team.
We're the deepest team in the NHL as far as that goes. Is roster construction, the way Bill Zito has been able to do this. And when you get able to bring in a guy like Nico Sturm on your
just won the Cup 3 years ago.
And a big body, 6'3", 6'4". He's used to these type of situations. Yes, he's won a Stanley Cup. No panic in his game. Just got to get the skating legs underneath you, get kind of rev back up into that game action. He'll feel better as this game goes on. There's a lot of adrenaline rushing through your body when you've been sitting out a while. You want to make a huge impact, but stay within that team structure. I do admit it was a more physical Carolina team in that opening period. We saw some big hits. And again, the dump-ins, that's what they thrive off for the Panthers. Those rim dumps, zone time. You saw Carolina with some zone time. It was kind of staggered between the both teams. But if the Panthers can not carry it in all the time, and Paul Maurice talks about it, there's a time to carry it in and there's a time to dump it in. When you carry it in, you make sure you want to have full speed. Now, you're going and you're attacking the blue line with speed. He's okay with that. But if you're flat-footed or half-speed, it has to be going around the boards all the time, and that's their system. And just kind of with that interview from Nico Sturm, sounds like they need to maybe get back to a little bit more of that dumping in, around, putting pressure on this defense crew for Carolina, and you have to. If you look at the defensemen, 4 regulars, but Morrow, Nikishin in the lineup, those are the players that you got to get after.
You can target guys,
yes, and you couldn't turnovers. And the more that you force them back and have to handle the puck, the harder and harder it gets. So we'll see if the Panthers make that adjustment as we move into the second period.
Game 4 will continue in a little bit, but for now, our first intermission show, Kevin Rogers has the stats coming up on the other side from the opening period. A look around the rest of the sports world. JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Lots to get to. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay handing it off to Kevin Rogers next. One period in the books here in Sunrise. Panthers and the Canes scoreless in Game 4 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health. We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Florida Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean. Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
This is the first intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
First intermission underway from Amerant Bank Arena, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers with a win tonight, and they advance to the Stanley Cup Final for a third straight season. But through 20 minutes of play, no score between the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Kevin Rogers with you as the Panthers so far in this series, lighting the lamp plenty, scoring 16 goals the first 3 games, but the Hurricanes keeping the Panthers out of the net tonight. Frederik Andersen starting for Carolina. He was in net the first 2 games for the Hurricanes, was pulled late in Game 2 by head coach Rod Brind'Amour, and Pyotr Kochetkov came in to finish off Game 2. Kochetkov played Game 3, played well the first 2 periods, and then things fell apart for him in the third period as the Panthers scored 5 in the third to win 6-2 back on Saturday. But tonight, Brind'Amour goes back to Frederik Andersen. So far has made 7 saves on 7 Panther shots. Meanwhile, Sergei Bobrovsky, he's had some work so far, seeing 11 Carolina shots and making 11 saves. And Bob has been fantastic so far in this series, as he has allowed 4 goals through the first 3 games. And most of the goals, or at least for the exception of the 1 goal in the second period in Game 3, a lot of the goals when the games were out of hand. The Panthers were in control. But still, Carolina trying to save their season tonight with a win. Panthers with a victory tonight, and they will head to the Stanley Cup Final for a third straight season. Now, if for whatever reason Carolina wins tonight, then Game 5 will be Wednesday night in Raleigh. And if the Panthers win, then there'll be no more games in this series, and then we'll look forward to the Stanley Cup Final. But the Panthers, though, playing without some key pieces tonight. Sam Reinhart sidelined once again. Nico Mikkola, who got hurt late in Game 3 and had a big game in Game 3, in fact, scored the go-ahead goal in the third, but he is, he scored the first goal, I should say, back in Game 3. He is sidelined tonight. He was hurt in the last game. A.J. Greer also sidelined, so the Panthers without some key players tonight. But here's a good note, though, on the Panthers. In the last 4 home games, they have not allowed a goal in the first period. So the Panthers have gotten off to good starts, at least defensively, in the first period. Also, actually, overall, if you really want to look back, in the last 8 games, 7 times the Panthers have not allowed a goal in the first period. And the only goal they allowed during this whole stretch was the Sebastian Aho goal back in Game 1 that went off his skate that could have been construed as maybe a kicking goal or kicking motion in the final 15 seconds of the first period back in Game 1. So that's the only goal the Panthers have given up in the last 8 games in the first period. So pretty impressive starts for the Panthers recently, at least early on in these games. Before we step aside, let's pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The latest news of the night.
Svechnikov and now Hamilton. Back for Andre. He's in for a shot. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
AIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Coming up, we will have the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard, also South Florida sports scene, all of that straight ahead. Panthers nothing, the Hurricanes nothing through one period of play, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final, with the Panthers up 3-0 as we continue right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit petmeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
First intermission continues at Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers nothing, the Hurricanes nothing. Kevin Rogers with you, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers with a win tonight. They advance to the Stanley Cup Final for a third straight season. If Carolina wins, we head back to Raleigh coming up on Wednesday for Game 5. Taking a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Blue, you above all, the Western Conference Final resumes tomorrow in Edmonton. The Oilers have won the last 2 in this series after losing the series opener. So Edmonton seeking the key 3-1 series lead with a win in Game 4 tomorrow night. The Oilers dominated the Stars on Sunday 6-1, and they've allowed just 1 goal in the last 2 wins against the Stars. So Game 4 coming up in Edmonton on Tuesday. We know there's going to be a Game 5 coming up on Thursday in Dallas, but we'll see if the Oilers end up taking that 3-1 lead or if the Stars can even things up at 2 before heading home. Coming up, we'll take a quick look at the South Florida sports scene, and then we'll get it back for the second period at Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers nothing, the Hurricanes nothing through 1 period of play, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final, as we continue right here, the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amarant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amarant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit floridapanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today. Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Second period coming up in just a few moments. Panthers nothing, the Hurricanes nothing, as we'll send it back to Amarant Bank Arena right after this right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amarant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit floridapanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes, Game 4. No score through one. Off to the second period we go. The Panthers tonight with an opportunity to advance to the Stanley Cup Final for a third consecutive year. Some work to do here as we're scoreless through one period of play.
Even more reason to put pressure on the defensemen, Slavin and Burns. Slavin 9:31, Burns 9:13.
Half a period.
Almost half a period for those two defensemen. Gossa spared 3:58, Morrow 3:38. Bottom pairing not playing hardly at all for Carolina.
Panthers in red, left to right. Carolina in white, right to left across your radio dials here in this middle frame from Amarant Bank Arena and Sunrise. Off and running in the second as Barkov pulls one back to Kulikov. On for Evan Rodriguez, and the puck dumped in down to our right. Nikisha and back behind the goal. Shoveled up the near side. It's out of the reach of Martinook and down to our left. And no icing here. Bobrovsky back behind the net to play. It gives to Jones in the near corner. Up the boards then. Pushed along by Boquist. Down to our right. Jordan Stahl for Carolina. Then Orlov, a pass through center. Missed Martinook down to our left. And Barkov first one back for the Panthers as we've gone 30 seconds in this second period of play. Seth Jones out to center ice. He'll rip one in. That takes a hop off the end wall and ricochets out of play. 19:26 to go in the second. No score. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang is our on-site engineer, and Trevor Harris back at studio control. And Robert Grieper is around here someplace. He'll be getting us some post-game sound as well. So a whole crew assembled to bring you Panthers-Canes tonight.
And our colleague with TNT, Jackie Redmond, she rattled off some amazing stats for Seth Jones this morning as far as stick breakups, getting in lanes. He leads the NHL in breaking up passes, disrupting plays with his stick, and that was Forsling last year, but they've drawn a lot of the top duty, and Paul Maurice was talking about how spreading the wealth out among Forsling, Ekblad, and Jones, and when Mikkola was in the lineup, has been really helpful.
Seth Jones, fitting in really nicely with this Panthers team, to say the least. Puck played into the neutral zone. Slavin dumps it in. Verhaeghe dumps Slavin to the ice. Around the end boards, Forsling back behind the net. Aaron Ekblad. Pass straight on. Verhaeghe looking for Tkachuk. Broken up by Aho here on the near side. Verhaeghe back on it for the Panthers, and he'll head back behind his own net with pressure coming in from Svechnikov. Verhaeghe lets it rip. It's up the boards all the way down, and going to be an icing call against the Panthers here. 1:12 gone by in the second. No score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Remember to feed your fandom with a new Panther sub, only at Publix, the official supermarket of the Panthers. Hot honey chicken, bacon, your choice of cheese. Pickles on there, too.
Load it up.
Can't go wrong.
And Seth Jones coming over here and adapting into the system is been quite fluid.
Burns a shot near point. Save made by Bobrovsky, and the rebound stopped as well. Got the goal stick on both of those attempts. Carrier knocking on the door for the Canes right out in front of the net. Panthers get it clear, and Slavin backs up into his own end.
Burns one of the best in the business at getting pucks through. One in the first period that nearly went in, and just that little half clapper.
Now from center, Marchand heads in, poked away, front of the net, Luostarinen. Slavin able to rip the puck away, and Jacob Slavin with it. You usually don't see Burns go for that big slapper. He just lets it go with a wrist shot. And as you said, Billy, he's been so good over the years at getting those shots through traffic. Far side of the ice, Lundell up the boards and then held in far point as Morrow kept it in. This is that pair for Carolina, Billy, you mentioned off the top, that hasn't gotten much use here in this game. Nate Schmidt brings it ahead. Backhands down to our right. Behind the net, Gostisbehere. Pass around far side, Morrow. Up the boards, Taylor Hall there for the Kings. He'll be shouldered by Lundell, protects the puck. Taylor Hall just inside the Panthers line, spins one on goal from a long distance, and that wrister is hauled in by Bobrovsky, and then Nate Schmidt dumps Jankowski over out in front of the Panthers net. 17:43 left in the second. No score. Panthers and the Canes here. What does it mean to feel welcome at Baptist Health? It's making sure everyone feels cared for and cared about. Here the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
About midway through the first period, the shots were even at 7. Since then, 6-0 for the Hurricanes.
Shot volume, Billy.
Yes,
that's the word the phrase they always use for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Not sure, and it's the same for us. We're a shot volume team. Just kind of different ways that we do it. But everything goes toward the net. Carolina has scored the most from distance this postseason. 11 goals outside of the faceoff dots, outside of the inner slot, by far the most.
Now behind the net, Orlov taken down by Nico Sturm. Panthers keep control. No set cross ice. On a bounce, Nikisha in there to bank one along, and then Orlov will backhand to center. He cleared for Carolina. Dmitry Kulikov back on it. He'll swing it in.
Panthers so good with that middle guy. Get back, and that time was Nosek to disrupt up that play. Can't go through the middle of the ice against this Panther team the way they're structured defensively. You got to play north-south hockey if you want a chance.
Nikishin for Orlov, and he'll send it all the way down, but Robinson beats out a would-be icing. A shot from in close, and a save made by Bobrovsky as the puck rocketed off the end boards right to Eric Robinson, who has it again. Right circle in front of chance, and a save made by Bobrovsky.
Jones is going to get a penalty out of it. Not a bad penalty. He was beat back door, and that pass was coming on the stick.
And it was Aho who had the chance in close. He was dumped over immediately afterward. Bobrovsky got left to right to make the save. But yes, the Panthers are going to be shorthanded for the first time in the game. 3:06 into the second as we remain scoreless. Here's the call downstairs.
And this was just a long play. They won the race. And first man on the puck was Robinson there. And they're able to get it in, start that forechecking pressure. Robinson got it down deep in the corner, and Aho was able to beat everyone into the front of the net. So good hustle play, negating the icing and then getting that chance in front for Aho to draw the penalty. Pretty good penalty there by Jones. He was beaten, and if Aho gets that clean, that's a much tougher save for Sergei.
Off the face-off, it's Ekblad to send it out of the zone all the way down to our right. And Freddie Anderson will hand it on for Shane Gostisbehere. Given then to Seth Jarvis. Now to Aho, center ice, looks right. Jarvis past the defender, looks out front. Aho couldn't handle the pass cleanly, but he'll hold it along the near boards. Gives down low for Jarvis. Batted away, Aho with it. Near point, Gostisbehere. Backs across the line. Off the near boards, down to our left, into the corner. Jarvis back out to Aho at the left point. Pass across, far side, Svechnikov. Banks it up top, Gostisbehere right point. Long shot, save made by Bobrovsky. And the rebound played off the near boards and eventually out of the zone by Anton Lundell.
Puck retrievals. Goaltender makes the first save. What do you do with it? The Panthers, Lundell's able to jump on and get all the way down the other end.
Now Jarvis out through center ice, right to left go the Canes. Aho, near side, Svechnikov looking out front. It's poked away. It was a pass to Jackson Blake that was nudged away. Looked like Luostarinen outstretched, got the blade of his stick on that. Backs the Canes out to the neutral zone. Aho then giving to Stankoven. He'll wheel in for Carolina up the right side. He's angled to the far boards by Balinskis. Loose over on that far side. Rolling puck to the circle. Panthers don't clear. Taylor Hall back over. Kokaniemi far side of the ice. Kokaniemi out to the line. Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere, long wrister, deflecting, far corner. Kokaniemi, side of the net, Stankoven. Kokaniemi again, out to the right point for Burns. Brent Burns gives over to the far point. And Kokaniemi tried to slide one down low, but in there is Balinskis.
That's a defenseman coming out high to get pressure on Kokaniemi. And that's recognizing, okay, I'm a defenseman. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get out.
Canes back in. Stankoven, 13 seconds on their power play. A pass to Burns, and it got by him. And the Canes will have to back into the neutral zone. That's going to help the Panthers' penalty kill cause here in a big way. Taylor Hall pressured by Ekblad all the way back into the Carolina zone. Here to the near side, a feed for Burns. Panthers get Jones out of the box. Back to 5-on-5 at center. Seth Jones dumps one back into the offensive end. And back behind the net, a little miscommunication. A takeaway for Hagee. Here in the near corner with it. Carter Hagee, Matthew Tkachuk right circle. He's pressured and taken down by Jordan Staal. Penalty upcoming against Carolina. Jordan Staal was on the last.
Come on. They're gonna, the referee in the middle of the ice called.
You gotta be kidding me.
And then we're going to get embellishment from the other referee. Two separate calls by two separate referees. And it was Garrett Rank out in the middle that called the initial penalty. And all of a sudden, Jean Hébert, who was down low, calls a dive, and that's not a dive.
There was no dive.
He just gets ripped down. I don't understand that at all.
I never will. It's you either get the penalty or you get the embellishment. You can't have them both. And in that case,
I've never seen it from two separate refs.
That was a new one.
The ref closest to the play wasn't even going to call the hook. So the referee in the middle calls the hooking penalty, and then Jean Hébert, who's closest to the play, decides, okay, well, let's go with a dive as well. Let's put a dive. I'm close here. I didn't see the hook, but I definitely saw the dive.
And Matthew Tkachuk couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm conflicted about that one. Play on, 4-on-4. Here we go.
Yeah. Yep, those of you who listen to us a lot know that we don't spend much time dissecting calls, but when the situation warrants it, we occasionally will. And on that one, well, that's a head-scratcher. Over on the far side of the ice, the Panthers into their own zone. Gus Forsling after it. Cross ice, here's Ekblad. 4-on-4. Second time we've had 2 minutes of 4-on-4 in this game. Forsling back in the Panthers' end. Now Bennett brings one out to neutral ice. Bennett offensively, right side, Jones in front. It's just over the stick of Sam Bennett to the far boards for Hagee. Up top, Forsling, and had to receive that pass outside the blue line. So as he plays it back in, the whistle blows for offside. We've gone 6:01 here in the second. No score, 1:24 left in the 4-on-4 sequence. We will bring it back with more in a moment. This is Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Tabañero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero. Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
13:59 to go here in the second period of Game 4. Panthers hand the Carolina Hurricanes scoreless. 1:24 left in 4-on-4 hockey here. Jordan Stahl, Matthew Tkachuk serving minor penalties. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Panthers. Get all your Panthers tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. That's SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panthers seats. And a face-off coming up in the neutral zone, right in front of the Panthers bench as the Panthers go left to right and the Canes right to left here in this middle frame.
Going to need a little push-up from the Panthers. It's getting a little, not a lot of chances the other way, but Aho drew the penalty. They're spending more time down in your end. The Panthers like to tilt the ice back in their favor a little bit, get a little momentum back on their side after not getting a shot basically since the midway point of the first period.
Slavin left it for Stankoven behind the net. He's got speed up the right side for Carolina. Heads in over the Panthers line to the right corner. Peels off to the board. Stankoven up top. Burns there. Sends it down and around. Back behind the net. Aho cuts off to the far corner. Has it far half wall. Jones does a good job sticking to him. Bumps him to the boards. And that allows Barkov a chance to grab control. Play to the line. Not out of the zone. And now it's Jones with control for the Panthers. Up the near wing for Rodriguez. Evan Rodriguez hands it back. Jones, far side, Forsling. Forsling, a lane heading into the offensive end. Dishes, far side, shot, and that one wide from Lundell. Freddie Anderson may have gotten the outstretched glove hand on it. And now the puck back into the Panthers' hand. It's Aaron Ekblad. Straight on for Anton Lundell. Into the offensive end, Lundell. In left circle, back out front, a bouncing puck as Marchand tried to pass it back across to Lundell. It hit a skate, rolled in on goal, and an alert Freddie Anderson was out at the top of the goal crease to cover it up.
And this time, Lundell's able to get a little space in the middle of the ice and gets it on the side to Marchand. Marchand tried to force it back. There's a couple of layers, Marchand, with that pass. I'd rather see the shot on net or even that pop, the pass off pad there. When you're trying to, it's not only one defenseman he had to get it through, was two. And you haven't had a shot in a while. Marchand there just picked a head up, rifle it, test Freddie Anderson. He hasn't seen a shot in a while. Funny things can happen, but it was pinballing in front, and Freddie Anderson had to be alert.
Now up front, here's Marchand onto the line. Ekblad has it at the line. Long shot, it's off a shin pad, and Canes will control. Gostisbehere drags it on, out to center, looks far side, and the Canes work it in. Kokoniemi far circle, a shot saved made by Bobrovsky, and he'll hold that. A quickly developing scoring chance for the Carolina Hurricanes, who do suddenly have a 17-8 advantage in the shots on net. We'll be back to 5-on-5 hockey, by the way, in 2 seconds. That's when Tkachuk and Stahl will come out of the box.
That's a crisp passing play, and all of a sudden, Ekblad, who was trying to force up the middle of the ice, he was a little bit late getting there to that chip off the wall. But Ekblad did get back, force that shot from a sharp angle.
So a face-off, far circle down to our left inside the.
But the shot clock is total 17-8, but the high danger stuff that you.
A lot of perimeter stuff.
At, yes.
Bennett and Kokoniemi. Kokoniemi pulled it back, but it was anticipated by Ekblad. Hands it on. Here's Verhaeghe over the offensive line. Lost it as Orlov poked it away. Jackson Blake back up the near side for Stahl as the penalties have expired. Back to 5-on-5 hockey we go. Behind the net, Stahl running to there by Bennett. Loose puck to the far corner. Bennett there, up the boards, Verhaeghe. And eventually the puck's taken back by Jackson Blake. Backhanded out the line. Orlov on the backhand receives it. Into the far circle, Dmitry Orlov. Down the end boards. He's bumped by Bennett. Loose puck back behind the goal. Sam Bennett backhand for Tkachuk off the glass. Got it out to the neutral zone. And it's played back in by Nikishin for Carolina.
And Nico Sturm was talking about dumping pucks, and that's a perfect example by Verhaeghe. Get it deep.
And Tkachuk up the right side. Looks around, finds a trailer. Nate Schmidt across Sturm. Near circle, up top, Balinskis looks over for Schmidt, long wrist shot off a shin pad, didn't get through. And now the Canes start out. Here's Stankoven to center ice. Stankoven from the Panthers logo, he'll dump one down to our left. Nate Schmidt, far corner, Uvis Balinskis. up the far boards, and it's held in. Stankoven looking back for Jankowski. Didn't connect there. Sturm the takeaway. Nosek through center. Tomasz Nosek, right side Gadjevich. Long shot wide. Out along the far boards. The Canes regather control. At center, here's Svechnikov cruising in. Drifts off to the right boards, down to the corner. Backhand shot. Save made by Bobrovsky. The rebound, and that was stopped as well. Hell, a drive from Gostisbehere. It was Aho in there for that rebound try. And now the puck winds up out at center as Stankoven dumps it back in.
Svechnikov is strong, and he went down to get Nate Smith there and from a sharp angle threw a laser backhand on net. And then that shot from Aho, and third opportunity coming from the back end from Gostisbehere, 3 in a row.
Svechnikov, a pass through center that had nothing on it. It's taken away by Lundell. Back in he goes. Poke check by Gostisbehere. Rolling puck, and Aho on it. Aho out to center ice. He'll carry in for Carolina. Far side Jarvis down for Aho. Puck bounced away, and Seth Jones will take it back behind the Panthers net. Up the near side for Luostarinen. Couldn't clear. The puck winds up back in the near corner as Jarvis pounds it down low. And then he's into a battle in the far corner with Barkov. There to help out is Kotkaniemi for Carolina. He was dumped over. And then Kulikov hammers one up the far boards. That didn't leave the zone. Panthers back deep in their own zone as Seth Jones will have it here in the near corner. Jones lobs one high. That is going to take a hop inside the Carolina blue line. Sent back along by Nikishin. Down to our left it rolls. Bobrovsky's going to have to make a play on this. To the far corner, it's Barkov. Up the boards, Jesper Boquist handed it back as Jones hands it on for Boquist again. Right side, a long shot, Rodriguez. Glove down by Frederick Anderson. And he will hold that with 9:44 to go here in this second period of action. No score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here this evening. Game 4 at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. We've played over half a hockey game and still waiting for the first goal to be scored in this one. Back with more straight ahead on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero. Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean.
9:54 to go, second period, no score. It's the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida Panthers and the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited. Face-off near circle down to our right. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Evan Rodriguez will take the draw here against Jordan Stahl. Stahl pulls it back. Here's Orlov. Up the near boards. Bounced out to center by Martinook, and then Jordan Stahl walks it in. Right side, Stankoven. He'll take a hit, dumps it down behind the net. And back in the Panthers zone to our left, Dmitry Kulikov off the short glass, got it clear. And back into Carolina territory, Nikishin there to send one cross ice to Stahl. Up the boards, intercepted. Seth Jones in there, but it's taken back by Carolina. Stankoven, a lane left side, walks in, shot, he scores. And Logan Stankoven tucks one inside the near post against Bobrovsky to get Carolina on the board. 1-0 Canes, 9:15 to go here in the second, and it's Logan Stankoven scoring for the second straight game.
And all of a sudden they flip the script. They're able to get it through, and this time Panthers have possession of the puck. They throw it out in the middle of the ice, and it comes back the other way. They get two defensemen caught on the right side of the ice. That leaves the left side kind of wide open. And all of a sudden, Stankoven, with that speed down that wing, able to kind of utilize it. Seth Jones pushed the puck back in, and both the defensemen, forwards, everyone on the offensive side kind of thinking offense on that play. And they were all transitioning with forward momentum, and all of a sudden it goes back the other way. Stankoven with a pretty nifty, well-placed shot to the blocker side of Bobrovsky.
And now down into the Carolina zone. The Panthers trying to answer back. Ekblad to the near corner. It's kept to the outside and cleared all the way down to our left. A race for it. Won't go far enough for an icing. Forsling and Jarvis battle. Push to the net. Bouncing out front. A big save by Bobrovsky on a pinballing puck that was thrown out front by Svechnikov. Back in come the Panthers. Bennett dumps one down. Here on the near side, it's Verhaeghe. Behind the net for Tkachuk, it bounces away. Far side, Balinskis. Down behind the net, Burns. Able to intercept for Carolina. Up the far side clears. Nate Schmidt backs up to his own blue line. Straight on, he's got Verhaeghe. Off the near board, sends it down to our right. Then back behind the net, Slavin tracks it down for Carolina. Bump there by Marchand. Rolling puck far boards. Brad Marchand looking out to the line. Can't get a pass through. Still loose over on that far side. Slavin has Lundell and Marchand on him. Marchand took it away. Back into the line. Schmidt. Long drive off the iron. And now Balinskis right circle a shot. That's stopped by Anderson. And the puck cleared by Kokiniemi. That shot from Nate Schmidt probably put a dent in the goalpost. That thing came in with some heat on it. And the Panthers were inches away from tying this game.
Might have been redirected in a slot by a Panthers forward. Not sure, but it got up high quickly. And you're right. We heard that ping all the way up here in our booth.
Now here on the near side, Jackson Blake for Carolina. Here on the near boards, met by some pressure. Kokiniemi then across the ice. Orlov a shot, blockered away by Bobrovsky. And that's out of play into the netting. 7:39 left in the second, 1-0. Carolina in front. Billy, we were talking off the air. He has the one goal for Carolina, but credit where it's due. Logan Stankoven looks like he's a fit in the Carolina system. He plays the way they want to play.
Little ball of fire.
And at 5'8", it's not easy to be. I know it's easier maybe now than it was in previous eras to have success at 5'8" in the National Hockey League as an undersized guy, but he makes his presence felt every time he's on the ice. You notice him.
Yes, and goes after that, and Panthers are really good at playing underneath, which is being on the defensive side of the puck. That was one scenario where Jones kind of pinched it out, and the Panthers were caught thinking a little bit too much on it going on the offensive side, and that turnover comes quickly back, and two defensemen on one side, one defenseman way up. It was actually Barkov and Jones, the last two, trying to get back against Stankoven, and you were all flooded over there on that right side of the ice. That allowed that space, and it's hard to beat Sergei Bobrovsky clean from anywhere. So you got to give credit not only to Stankoven, but that shot, it was a beauty. It was right tight underneath the crossbar.
And off the draw, puck play to the line. Gostisbehere holds it in. The other thing you notice about his game, too, at 5'8", you never see him back down from anything on the ice. He'll go into the corner against anybody. Sometimes he takes a hit, but doesn't seem to mind. Over in that far corner, it's Jankowski. As the puck come off his stick before Sam Bennett will get it out for the Panthers down to the right. And this one's picked up by Gostisbehere out to center ice. Back the other way come the Kings. Hall working in. And Taylor Hall plays it to the far corner. Now over on the far boards, Ekblad on for Nico Sturm. Looks out to center, and Gadjevich will dump one down for the Panthers. Fourth line on for the Panthers here. Down behind the net. Frederik Andersen up the boards. And now Sturm takes it away to the line. Forsling couldn't get a shot away. And now coming back, a chance for Carolina. Svechnikov threads it out front. Couldn't get it to Robinson. Good defensive read there. Now they puck out to the line. Slavin under some pressure from Boquist. A shot. That's blocked out front. Eric Robinson here on the near boards is bumped into. Loose puck along the near side. And Aaron Ekblad tries to jam it out of the zone. Svechnikov holds it in, pushes it down to the near corner. Here on the near boards, it's going to be Slavin keeping it down deep. Grab back by Barkov. And then Barkov gives it across the ice for Forsling, who flips one high in the air. Batted at by Jarvis and played by Slavin. Up the near side, Aho for Carolina. Snaps one rink wide on a bounce. Backhanded Martinook to the net, and a stick save made by Bobrovsky. Into the near corner, Bennett. A hard lick on Jarvis in the corner. Martinook plays it out front of the net. Aho in close backhand shot. Save made by Bobrovsky. keeps the Panthers within one. 5:44 left in the second. 1-0 Carolina.
Starting to see some real plays by the Panthers that just maybe between the Inners forwards line mishandles at the blue line. Panthers forwards in a change. Comes back 3-on-1. Ekblad bails everyone out.
There's Stankoven winning a race to the puck. Back behind the net. Tried to center a feed out front. Couldn't get a pass through. And now the Panthers head out of the zone. Ekblad on the money to Bennett. Bennett will dump it down to our right. Around the end boards, near side. It's Tkachuk pressuring against Nikishin. Verhaeghe to help out. He'll back in around the end wall. Anton Lundell in to grab around near side. Verhaeghe to the line. Schmidt back down behind the net. Tkachuk, and then it's Lundell. He's shouldered by Orlov. Puck pounded off the near board. Stankoven doesn't clear. Tkachuk looking out front. A wobbling puck that ricochets on goal. And it's gloved down by Frederik Andersen with 5:01 left in the second. 1-0 Carolina in front. Back with the rest of the second period next. It's Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
5:01 to go, second period. 1-0 Carolina over the Panthers here. It's Logan Stankoven with the lone goal in this game. As Carolina on the board, face off near circle down to our right inside the Kings zone.
Seen a lot of mishandling of the pucks, passes kind of being off. Not the normal crispness that we've seen from the Panthers in this series, and Carolina's been able to take advantage of that.
Here on the near boards, Martinook couldn't reel that puck in. Now Lundell, but an offside call against the Panthers will bring the sequence to a halt with 4:50 to go in the second period. 1-0, the Carolina Hurricanes in front.
You need a couple of shifts down in the offensive zone. Even if you don't score, get some tempo back on your side. Dump those pucks in, get some hits, rattle some cages.
Face off near side of the ice. Just to our right of center, it'll be Barkov leaning in as Kotkaniemi.
And we said most of the stuff was from the outside, but all of a sudden, Aho got in the inside right after the Stankoven goal, and Stankoven with that chance. 3-on-1, 3-on-2. So they're opening up some seams against the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers have asked a bit from Sergei Bobrovsky here in the second. A pass up the ice from Balinskis didn't arrive for Rodriguez, and then Marchand after it is. Looks like an offside call here. 4:35 left in the second, and a 1-0 Carolina lead. And it looks like Paul Maurice.
Rodriguez was gone on that play. If it doesn't get broken up, nice try by Balinskis to thread the needle.
And Paul Maurice is trying some different combos here. They had Marchand there with Barkov and Rodriguez, and now you got the Bennett line coming on as it was. Bennett with Tkachuk and Verhaeghe.
Yeah, you're forced into a position you haven't been in all series. Is trailing. You've either been tied or ahead pretty much the whole series. So all of a sudden, Paul Maurice is the coach on the other bench trying to adjust to what Carolina's doing.
Down to our right, Frederik Andersen around the end boards, near side. And the Panthers hold the zone. Sam Bennett dishes for Hagee. A look to the near circle backhand. No, he couldn't get it away. Now back behind the net. Slavin took it away from Verhaeghe, and then backhands out through center ice.
Excellent work on the wall by Ekblad to keep it alive, but Verhaeghe again, the shot. You got one of the best shots on the team. Don't drag it to the backhand. Rip it. We saw what St. Govan did down the wing.
Yep. Martinook right side, Nikishin. Along the far boards, turns one to the net, but it's wide. Here on the near boards, Orlov for Carolina. Down behind the net for Aho. Had it poke checked away by Bennett, but the Canes managed to keep control. Right circle, Nikishin. A feed to Orlov straight on. Long drive and a save made by Bobrovsky. Came out to the top of the crease, and then Tkachuk and Nikishin in a bit of an exchange out by the blue line. 3:34 left in the second. A 1-0 Carolina lead here. 21-11. The shots on net in favor of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Well, they came out and had a really good first period. They've been able to build off that ever since. And the Panthers' level was so high. And to sustain that level is extremely hard. Game in and game out. It's dropped a little bit here. You're still in the game, which is the good news. You're only down a goal, but you're going to have to find some energy here the rest of the way. It's got to be better. It's got to be crisper. You got to start making some plays and getting some shots against Freddie Anderson.
Down to our left, a battle in the near circle. On the loose puck, Stankoven to the corner for Jordan Stahl. Hands it around the end boards. Far side, Orlov puts it to the end wall inside the Panthers end, where Dmitry Kulikov is there to grab it. He'll muscle it off the far boards for Eetu Luostarinen. Luostarinen skies one down to our right. This is tracked down by Nikishin. Behind the net, then he drifts off to the far side of the ice. A backhand, got the clear for Carolina. Out around center, Anton Lundell there to rip it back in. Far corner, Jesper Boquist there, and then it's picked up Luostarinen for the shot, and a save made by Anderson on Lundell. Back come the Canes. Carrier up the right side. He'll dump it down to our left. Nate Schmidt after him. Over along the far boards, then Uvis Balinskis as well. Pass out to the near point. Slavin gives Gostisbehere a shot. That's paddled away by Bobrovsky. Back behind the net, it's Kokaniemi to Carrier out along the far boards, out to the point. Gostisbehere backhands down behind the net. Uvis Balinskis had it chopped away. Side of the net. Carrier on it. Nate Schmidt sticks to him. Balinskis catches up to a puck here in the near corner, and he'll walk one along left to right across your radio. Balinskis, near side Barkov. Backhanded along over the Carolina line, stopped up by Slavin and sent back down to our left into the Panthers end with 2:19 left in the second. An icing call against the Carolina Hurricanes. 1-0 Carolina in front here, and the Panthers looking at an offensive end draw.
On the rim dump, Luostarinen gets a really quality opportunity. He's coming late. He's the late man on that play. Or actually, sorry, Lundell. Luostarinen grabbed it off the half wall, gave back to Lundell. Lundell got that shot there cleanly on Anderson.
Face off the far circle down to our right inside the Carolina zone. Panthers can get one here, get this game tied up. The building would absolutely erupt.
That's another thing that needs to happen here. It's been fairly quiet in here. Got to get something to energize these fans. And once that happens, that'll energize the players.
Ball over on the far side of the ice down to the corner. Ekblad plows him down. A good hit in the corner there. As Ekblad took Taylor Hall to the ice, Panthers will charge out of their own end. Sam Bennett left side, dumped in by Ekblad around the end boards, and Verhaeghe in the near corner strolls back behind the net. He's knocked off his feet by Brent Burns.
Oh, yeah, extra cross check.
And yep, he went the extra mile there against Verhaeghe. Took a liberty, and he's going to wind up in the box for 2 minutes. 1:49 left in the second. Panthers heading to a Publix power play, trailing 1-0. A huge opportunity for the Panthers here as Brent Burns, the 40-year-old veteran defenseman, heads to the box. Let's go downstairs for the call.
All was kosher with Burns there. He took Verhaeghe out of the play. Everything's fine. But when Verhaeghe was down on the ice, decided to cross-check to the back. Late power play. And here you go. The power play's been good. This one, we were talking about that, if the Panthers can just get one. There's a little life-building anticipation here from the Panthers fan.
Draw coming up, far circle down to our right. Barkov against Stahl. And puck pulled back to the corner. Gostisbehere sends it around the end boards. Near side held in by Tkachuk. Down to the corner, a Publix power play for the Panthers. Martinook wins a race to a loose puck here on the near side and sends it all the way down on Sergei Bobrovsky. 92 seconds to go, second period. 1-0 Carolina over the Panthers here. Ekblad across the ice, Barkov. Now for Rodriguez. Puck dumped in. Around the end boards it goes. Barkov back behind the net for Rodriguez. Barkov then near side Ekblad. Backhand to the line. Seth Jones has it right point. Jones down to the end boards. Matthew Tkachuk is there. Gives near side Barkov. Out to the line Jones. Jones to Barkov right point. Back across Jones. Straight on to Rodriguez. Evan Rodriguez, a shot. It's wide, and it takes a lively hop here to the near side. Barkov there. Gives to Rodriguez. Across to an open Ekblad. A shot. It's blocked. Sliding across was Martinook. Out to the line. It's Seth Jones. To Barkov right point. Tkachuk here on the near side. Tkachuk at the half boards, top of the right circle, down for Barkov, out of the circle, right point Tkachuk, long wrist shot, that hit a man out front. It took down Martinook, who was in the way, and then Slavin clears. 35 seconds left in the second, and 44 seconds left in the Burns penalty.
Valiant block shots there by Martinook. Not one, but two.
Yeah, put his body on the line. Marchand shakes in offensively for the Panthers up the right side. He's taken down along the boards. Bennett tried to pass out for Tkachuk, couldn't get it to him. Jarvis out of the zone for Carolina, through neutral ice to Aho, left side shots. Hey, made by Bobrovsky. Took it off the chest protector. Back go the Panthers. Bennett up the right side. Sam Bennett to Tkachuk, right circle. Then a pass down to Bennett. Out of his reach. He recovers. Tried to center. Orlov took it away. Now Bennett recovering. Out to the line. Schmidt, a shot. Hey, and that was kicked away by Anderson at the horn. 1-0 Canes through 40 minutes. There will be 11 seconds left on the Panthers' Publix power play when the third period begins. Some good traction on that power play. Got some looks, but Carolina weathering the storm, and it's the Canes up 1-0 through 2.
Stankoven the only goal, and a lot of pressure there. Panthers a little life on that power play. Pretty good looking power play. And then on that last rush there, Bennett dropped it back to Tkachuk. Verhaeghe was wide open coming late down that left wing. Rarely see, I thought for sure Tkachuk was going to try and get it across east-west of Verhaeghe. He went down below to Bennett and blocked shots and opportunities. That last blast there coming in caused some problems. But at least your top players got to touch the puck and were able to feel it. Heading into the third, it's just been okay. And okay at this time of year is not going to get the job done. We've seen this Panther team at the best, and the energy level of the passing, not to the usual standards, and it's hard to hold them to that standard every single game that we've been used to, and you get spoiled sometimes. But 1-0 heading into the third, you got to get into that locker room now and say, okay, let's go. We got to kick it up, and this is the first time the Panthers are heading into their locker room saying, "Oh, Carolina's doing some damage here against us. Yep. They're forcing us. They're getting on top of us. They're getting that shot volume. They're controlling the O-zone play." See if you can punch back here in this third period. And a lot of it, too, we were talking about the life here, and you got to get something going. Your big hit, anything. This Panther fan base was loud, in charge, and when you go through a game like this and haven't got a lot of opportunities, just wrap it up. You could feel it on that power play when you get some chance. The crowd excitement starting to go, and you got to set it right in the first 5 minutes. Again, if you're in that locker, first 5 minutes, let's go, let's blast, let's get after it. Now, you're looking at that back end. It's inexperienced again, and that's where from my personal opinion, there hasn't been enough pressure put on those defensemen over the course of this game to cause the turnovers that you're looking for. You got to get after those young defensemen. They're good. Nikishin's good. He's a big, strong, solid guy. But these Morrow, those same type of players, and then Slavin Burns, if they continue to play half a hockey game, you're bound to make a turnover if you play in your own end. And they just haven't forced the defensemen from the Hurricanes to play in their own end enough.
Panthers trail the Canes 1-0 through 2 periods here in Game 4. Panthers trying to close this one out tonight, but a little bit of work to do. Jameson Olive's going to stop by and join Kevin Rogers for After 40 coming up in just a moment. Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 60-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples to Orlando. Come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast and fun wash. Go to elcarwash.com to find the location station nearest you. Join Wash Save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean. A man who likes a clean car, I know that because I've been in it. Jameson Olive's going to stop by and chat with Kevin Rogers next. And after 40, after that, a look around the rest of the sports world and your tweets. Tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey, the world-famous former Twitter segment coming up in just a bit. 1-0 Carolina through 2 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to...
Oh, look at this. And we got Jose and Tom here, too. Thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon for our Playoff Pulse campaign. This evening, whatever time it is where you're watching from. We appreciate you being here. Now's the time of the show. Please check the link that's pinned in the chat, as well as in the description. That's going to take you to our homepage at SickKids Hospital in Toronto, where you can add your donation to our Playoff Pulse campaign or share that link out and politely ask people to help you raise money for SickKids Hospital with Toronto Sports Insider and TSI Tom. You got anything to say there before you go to school, Tom?
Well, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for making a difference with SickKids Hospital in Toronto. Every single one of you. Much appreciated.
Cheers, insiders and sports fans from around the world. The Playoff Pulse campaign on Toronto Sports Insider is uniting fans worldwide through the thrill of NHL and NBA playoffs. Every game, every fan, every moment counts.
To every child and family who've needed us since 1875, and all who support us, our hospital needs no introduction. But just in case, it's SickKids. And it's our 150th birthday. Our mission has always been healthier children, a better world. The first children's hospital in Canada, SickKids. Pasteurizing milk to prevent disease 30 years before it was mandatory. The heart-lung machine that transformed open heart surgery. A pediatric kidney transplant in 1969. SickKids. SickKids. And SickKids. We discovered the gene for cystic fibrosis so patients live longer lives. And we just created the world's first Atlas of Cancer, using machine learning to analyze 13,000 variations. Today, the hospital sees over 130,000 patients a year. We're a research powerhouse, a training magnet, attracting nearly 600 clinical and research fellows from around the globe every year. And we're the #1 publicly funded children's hospital in the world. We're celebrating 150 years of excellence, driven by philanthropy. What's next? Thanks to donors like you, we're going to keep healing Canada and the world, and we're going to heal the future.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I want to thank you.
Thank you for supporting SickKids.
Thank you for helping us save kids' lives.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being... Thank you.
Game when you're on the brink of elimination, you got to go back to your number one. You got to go back to your horse. And for them, during these playoffs, it's been Frederik Andersen. His save percentage heading into the series was .937, the best in the NHL. It dipped 30 points over those first two games against the Panthers. But he's the guy you got to go back to. You got to win or lose with your guy. They went to him tonight. Like you said, he's got 12 saves. I don't think he's faced a lot of dangerous stuff out there for the Panthers. Panthers haven't challenged him too much, but he still hasn't given up anything. That's all you can ask of your goaltender.
No scoring in the first. We go to the second period, a little more than halfway through. Logan Stankoven, who scored the first goal for Carolina back in Game 3, he would cash in here to give the Hurricanes their first lead of the series.
Goal. Up the boards, intercepted. Seth Jones in there, but it's taken back by Carolina. Stankoven, a lane left side, walks in, shot. He scores. And Logan Stankoven tucks one inside the near post against Bobrovsky to get Carolina on the board. 1-0 Canes, 9:15 to go here in the second, and it's Logan Stankoven scoring for the second straight game.
Fifth goal of the postseason for Logan Stankoven, the rookie Alexander Nikishin with his first NHL point, assisting on that goal, his third NHL game. 10:45 into the second, giving Carolina the 1-0 lead, and watching that goal there, Jameson, just almost an impossible shot there. Great shot by Stankoven, but almost an impossible shot to save there for Sergei Bobrovsky going over his shoulder.
Yeah, great job by Nikishin finding Stankoven, and like you said, an almost unstoppable shot there from Stankoven, who's been kind of the most noticeable player for the Canes for a couple of games now. He's a talented young player, got his great shot, great speed, but that's one of those moments where you remind yourself, Bob can't do it all. But Bob can't save every single puck. You got to go out there, you got to give him some offense. So hopefully that's what the Panthers are talking about right now in the locker room. Bob's played fantastic tonight. They got to find a way to get him some goals here.
22 saves on 23 shots inside the Panthers' net for Sergei Bobrovsky. I want to get your thoughts on this, or at least your information in a sense. So Sam Reinhart out once again tonight. Nico Mikulu got hurt late in Game 3. He's out. A.J. Greer out. First with Reinhart. Do you know the severity of his injury? And secondly, if this series was 2-1, would Reinhart have played, or is it easy to say up 3-0 we can give you a little more time off?
For all three of those guys, it's day-to-day. That's all we're going to get in the playoffs. Whether it's true or not, you never know, but that's what you're going to hear from coaches in the playoffs is day-to-day. No one ever wants to tip their hand. That being said, you saw Reinhart doing the lineup last game. He looked like he was moving pretty well. A.J. Greer skated this morning. Haven't seen Nico Mikula on the ice yet, but all three guys are day-to-day. Paul Maurice did say today that the series goes longer. There's a chance we do see those guys. So that tells me if this was Game 7, we might see one or two of those guys at least. But, the Panthers have a 3-0 series lead. They're trying to stay healthy. They're looking at the big picture here. They believe they can get through without those guys. Tonight, we'll see if that changes as the series goes along. But right now, the Panthers, on paper, they do have the depth to survive without those guys. They should be able to beat the Hurricanes with the guys they have on the ice. Let's see if they can do it tonight.
Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, as always, we appreciate it. Maybe we'll talk to you Wednesday. Maybe we'll talk to you next week. We'll see what happens in the third period.
Sounds good. Thanks, Garrett.
There's Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Game 5 would be Wednesday if Carolina wins. If not, Panthers win, then their series is over, and the Panthers would head to the Stanley Cup Finals. So still a lot to get to for the next 20 minutes. Hurricanes lead the Panthers 1-0 through 2 periods of play as we continue Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Coming up, we have the JetBlue Out-of-Town scoreboard, also world-famous former Twitter segment. All that is straight ahead. Hurricanes 1, the Panthers 0 through 2 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brighton, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Second intermission continues at Amerant Bank Arena. Hurricanes lead the Panthers 1-0. Kevin Rogers with you. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers up 3-0 in the series. Quick look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. Game 4 of the Western Conference Final coming up tomorrow in Edmonton with the Oilers up 2-1 over the Stars. Before we step aside, let's pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist.
The biggest plays on the ice.
He's up ahead, Pacioretty to the net, backhand score! What a move!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. KIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Coming up next is a world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Hurricanes 1, the Panthers 0 through 2 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Help.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
We have some breaking news that you
Back for the world-famous Twitter segment. First, I got to give a quick shout-out to my friend and family back home in Shawnigan Lake, British Columbia, Jackson and Mason from the Kerry Park Islanders under 13 and under 11 teams.
Well, best of luck to them. Yes. We thank them for being on board here this evening. We've got Scott the Cop/Marine and former NHL goalie Steve Weeks tuned in. Welcome aboard. We've got Rob in Massachusetts, Roy in Scotland with us, Josh in Pembroke Pines, Kurt South Carolina Twitter captain, Carl Northwest Indiana, Michael tuned in, Nisi, Tennessee, Decker, Eastvale, California, Terry in Louisiana, Sean the Hawk, Dr. Greg, Bruce in Fontainebleau tuned in, Judy in Australia, Jason in New York, Loriana, Duty in Marietta, Georgia, Papa Bear in Pittsburgh. We have Stevie Joe back home in Ormond Beach tonight. Also, Ryan in Thief River Falls, Evan in Manitoba. Special and a thank you to all the police, fire, medical personnel, military we have tuned in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for making Panthers hockey a part of your night. 1-0 Canes heading to the third of the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Back here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. 1-0 Carolina over the Panthers. Tail end of a Publix power play for the Panthers here for the next 8 seconds as we are underway in the third. Puck dumped down to our left. Rodriguez looking up top. Jones right point with it. Jones down to Marchand, right circle shot deflecting, and it's off a stick and out of play. 15 seconds gone by here in the third. 1-0 Carolina. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with the Manning Chang, our on-set engineer Trevor Harris at studio control.
The line changes. Here it goes. You got Barkov, Marchand, and Rodriguez out of the gates first for the Panthers. We'll see what shapes up for the rest of the lineup. Paul Maurice mixing and matching.
We saw the Tkachuk line late in the second period. Tkachuk, Bennett, Verhaeghe was kept intact. Here's Marchand near circle, whips it out front. Deflects off to the far boards. Martinook will launch one rink wide. A race down to our right. Stankoven, Kulikov wrestled down. Stankoven penalty upcoming. And not going to argue that one there. 31 seconds off the clock in the third. 1-0 Carolina. Kulikov was fine until he threw the arm around Stankoven at the end of it.
And that's just busting his tail. Stankoven, again, he's been a factor in this game numerous times. He gets in there on the forecheck on what could have been an icing. Wins that race down low, and Kulikov engaged in a battle, just threw him down with one hand hard to the ice. Kulikov goes to the box. Important penalty kill for the Panthers.
Yeah, it was that last shove at the end that ultimately did it.
And Stankoven's been impressive. He's working hard. He's giving everything he got. And Rod Brindamore, he doesn't care at this point if it's rookies, youngsters, second-year players. Whoever can give him something, he'll take it. And Stankoven's been a standout so far for the Hurricanes.
Oh, what a big penalty kill we have here for the Panthers now. Face-off far circle down to our right. Barkov pulls it back. Ekblad around. Lundell near corner, and he'll loft one high and all the way down the ice. Good start to the penalty kill.
Well executed face-off play. You win that draw. The winger leaks out for the pass, and Lundell gets it all the way down. You kill 15-20 seconds automatically.
Carried on near side. Jarvis for Carolina. In over the line, pulled away, and Lundell will pick his pocket, sends it down to our left.
Attack. Right there, tried to turn up the blue line. Lundell having nothing of it.
Jarvis back inside the Carolina zone. To center ice, it's Aho, near side Blake. Then Jarvis winds one around. Svechnikov, far half boards. To the corner, taken away, and Ekblad tried to clear, batted out of the air by Aho, but he played the puck afterward. They say it was played initially with a high stick, and then in was Jackson Blake. Gave a little tap to Eetu Luostarinen. Remember, that was the big hit that Luostarinen put on Blake last game that got Luostarinen ejected from Game 3.
Yeah, that was a thunderous hit. 2-5, whatever you want to call it. A little love tap. A big, stout penalty kill would go a long way here, too.
Yeah, that could
if you give them nothing.
Could be a big momentum booster. Puck play down to our left. All the way down. Frederik Andersen will leave it for Brent Burns. Puck brought up through the near circle. Dropped off, and now it's Logan Stankoven through the neutral zone. Handed off near side. Morrow then for Kokaniemi. A bouncing puck. Battle behind the net. Ekblad, Kokaniemi, then Stankoven following in for Carolina. He has it. Out to the far point for Taylor Hall. Hall down along the far boards into the corner. With back up top. Morrow, then Burns over to the far circle. Morrow, Taylor Hall, a shot that's wide. Scott Morrow over on the far boards down to the left corner. Morrow for Carolina. Up top for Kokaniemi. Across the line, backhand feed, Morrow, far circle, Stankoven. Logan Stankoven across here on the near side for Kokaniemi in the corner. Pressured heavily there. Nosek will play it up the boards and out to center ice. Burns there to handle it. 20 seconds remaining in this Carolina power play. Taylor Hall hooks one in over the Panthers line, taken back by Forsling. He'll clear, down to 12 seconds to go in this Panthers penalty kill. Taylor Hall, right side Scott Morrow, looks around the offensive end, try to shot. It's partially blocked, loose to the circle. Stankoven, Morrow out at the line, then off to Burns, far circle, a shot. That missed wide, rims around, and Kulikov, fresh off serving the penalty, he has it. In offensively, Kulikov, left circle, a shot, a save made by Anderson. He wraps it back out in front, but it's cut off by Burns. Into the corner, Kulikov. Laid it down to the corner. Jordan Stahl there. He'll loft one out of the zone. Seth Jones at center. Gives to Schmidt. And the puck played in down to our left.
Not a good time to miss the net for the Hurricanes on the power play. Rimmed around, Kulikov released from the box.
And now Forsling running too hard over on that far side of the ice by Carrier. Freed up the puck for Martinook, who plays one down to the corner.
And Kulikov, the defenseman, there you go. Shoot the puck. Got players driving hard to the net.
Nate Schmidt back behind the Panthers net. Long feed. Matthew Tkachuk had it pulled away. Goss to spare around the back of the Hurricanes net. Up the near boards for Carrier, and he will roll one to center ice. Forsling drives it back in. Panthers tag up and get onside. Behind the net, Frederik Andersen cuts one off. Goss to spare from behind the goal. Cuts off to the near side through the circle and a backhand high. That will be received by Carrier into the near circle inside the Panthers zone. He's tied up by Seth Jones then. 2-on-2 battle here in the near corner, and Barkov tries to drill it up the boards. Held in, Sebastian Aho. Long shot, and that deflects away. Far corner then. It's Nikishin pinching in. Around the inboard, Svechnikov. A shot into traffic. Hit his shin pad. Goes out to Nikishin at the far point. Nikishin, Svechnikov. One-timer blocked by Forsling. That one stung Gus Forsling a bit. You can tell. A little bit slow to get back to 2 feet now. The puck carried in by Marchand down to our left. Forsling over to the bench. Pass played out front. Was just away from Anton Lundell. Marchand almost had him set up there. Now back into the Panthers. Marchand to Lundell lane. Left circle. In front.
Penalty shot. Penalty shot.
Against the
Are we going to get a hook or a penalty shot?
It's a slashing minor against Nikishin. Panthers to a Publix power play with 15:39 to go in the third. What a feed for Marchand there.
Almost twice in a row. Marchand tried to feed it the first time. Lundell would have had another breakaway. It just got poked at last second. Then three, there's no one there. And Lundell was able to come off the bench, and Marchand just pestering everyone. There's a little turnover in the middle of the ice. And then a little chip around Orlov, and that very easily could have been called a penalty shot, in my personal opinion. I thought he was scot-free. Home under the net. Ends up being the slashing call.
It is easier to be awarded a penalty shot now than when you played, Billy. It was tough to get awarded a penalty shot back then.
That looked free and a clear cut all the way to the net. Power play.
Now up the ice come the Canes as they control the draw. Martinook left side out front, and that one deflects off Tkachuk's stick. Plays one ahead. Nobody home. Taken away. Slavin a drive. Right pad save made by Bobrovsky. Into the far corner, Tkachuk. 15:22 on the clock here. The third. Panthers needing one to tie here in Game 4. 1:39 on the Publix power play. In goes Rodriguez. Over the Kings line. Right side of Rodriguez. Now it's Ekblad. Rodriguez in front of shot. Save made by Anderson. Loose puck into the circle. And Ekblad will pound it down low. Tkachuk up top. Jones across Rodriguez. Shot blocked by Slavin. Into the near corner it goes. Barkov behind the net. Cut off there by Burns. And he will drill it all the way down along the near boards.
Ooh, by some good looks right in the middle of the slot there for the Panthers. The pull's right by Rodriguez.
Now Verhaeghe up the near side, drives it down. Around the inboards it goes. Marchand in the far corner. To the line, it's Nate Schmidt. Schmidt, Verhaeghe. Back out to Schmidt. Right side, Sam Bennett on a bounce. Bennett to Schmidt, straight on, long shot save made, the rebound side of the net, laid to the circle for Bennett, and he tried to hand one out to Schmidt. The pass was deflected away, and all the way down it goes. The Canes get a clear.
Just too good with their sticks to try and force passes. Got to pull triggers, guys in net.
Now it's Verhaeghe in, left side, Bennett. He'll catch up to a rolling puck, backhand feed toward Verhaeghe, a little behind him, and Jarvis will snap it all the way down. 25 seconds in the Publix power play here for the Panthers. Behind the net, Nate Schmidt. Jordan Stahl able to pick his pocket there. Tries to center. Couldn't get a pass to Jarvis. And one last gasp here on the power play for the Panthers as Nate Schmidt back in his own end. He'll give to Forsling. Gus Forsling for Brad Marchand. He'll dump it down to our left. Out of the far corner, a bounce. Frederik Andersen, the goalie, snaps it along. Now a foot race heading down to our right. Eric Robinson, he can scoot. He'll play it from the far boards wide. A shot that missed the net, rims around the near boards out to center. And it's sent back in. It's Orlov out front. Robinson a pass, and they score. And it's Taylor Hall bolting in. And ultimately the play finished off by Jankowski. He beats Bobrovsky, and with 13:29 to go in the third, a 2-0 score. Carolina in front.
Again, through the middle of the ice, can't get it there, and all of a sudden the Panthers have been the team that have been able to bounce back with turnovers and come back the other way quickly. It's been flipped the script here in this game, and Good hustle play to really start it. Robinson missed the net. Get it back into their own zone. Not really a turnover, but got him caught in a line change as they've been out there a long time on the power play. Excuse me for the turnover. And Bobrovsky just kind of waved his hands in the air at the end of that. They're looking at something on the bench there, and they're going to challenge this play for offside, I believe.
Well, that's a good sign because usually the offside challenges work out in your favor. Let's see what we have. Well, as we discuss often, Billy, the offside challenges usually come about because the video coaches see a reason to issue the challenge.
This play all started, and it was a missed shot by the Hurricanes that went all the way around. And the Panthers have been out there for extended time on the power play. They're trying to get guys off the ice, defensemen, everyone. And that shot missed the net, came around with such speed that they were able to get it quickly up to Robinson, and Robinson threw it in the middle to Jankowski. Now we have to determine if this play was offside. Looks like it. His first couple of strides might have been offsides by Jankowski.
Let's see what we have. They got to a pretty quick verdict. Well, that's a bit of a lifeline extended to the Panthers that they were able to get this taken off the board and keep this a one-goal hockey game.
Let's call a friend, whatever you want to do. Yes, and it's just by one stride on that play. And there's the zone. So off the board, and the Panthers get away with that bad line change and bad communication, and still at that one-goal deficit. Remember that play. Could be huge as we go out the rest of this third period.
So a face-off coming to the neutral zone, near side of the ice to our left of center. And the ice crew on to.
Yeah, that shot missed the net with such force.
10-0 here.
And it came around, and the Panthers thought they could get off the ice. Now we get the blue line shot. Look at the replay, and it's clear that it was offside on the far side by a couple of steps. Good coach's challenge. Paul Maurice, perfect 2 for 2 on coach's challenge in this series. Both of them being offside plays.
So Nosek will take the face-off against Jankowski.
Got the crowd back into it.
It did. Balinskis across to Schmidt, then Gadjevich will play it in. And the Panthers fans more and more vocal here as we creep further into the third period. Up the left side, Robinson takes a shot from Ubas Balinskis. Robinson stays with it to the line. Long drive to Keishin. Save made by Bobrovsky with the blocker. Jankowski over the far corner. He'll leave one for Taylor Hall, who's tied up by Schmidt. Out come the Panthers. Nosek through center. Backhand to Sturm. Sturm left side. Puts it down wide. Around to the far corner. Jankowski for Hall. Taylor Hall far boards. Didn't clear. Then Nikishin around for Orlov. Orlov a backhand near side. Kulikov kept it in. Down to the corner, Dmitry Kulikov. Has it for the Panthers. Shuffles it to the corner. Left wing side, Nosek. Nosek spins it out front. Nobody home. To the far corner. It's hustled down by Rodriguez. Out to the line, Jones. Wrist shot. Save Anderson with the blocker. Then a drive from Kulikov just wide. That may have deflected off a stick on the way to the far corner. It goes, and Nikishin will flutter one into the neutral zone. Clearing for Carolina with 12:24 left here in the third. A 1-0 Hurricanes leading game 4. Panthers trying to close it out here this evening, but they're going to need a goal and a little more. Puck played toward the net by Rodriguez. Little out of
There's a trip by the goaltender.
Was taken now by Anderson. No call on the play. Svechnikov a turnover. Ekblad right corner to the side of the net for Rodriguez. And then the puck picked up and tossed out to the line. Held in by Barkov. Here to the near boards. Ekblad down low. Rodriguez tied up. Now along the near side, Rodriguez. Barkov in front makes a move. It's loose. He couldn't get the shot away. And then the puck picked up off the glass. It's cleared down to our right by Aho.
Starting to come for the Panthers. Now you're starting to get that pressure. And Barkov in front just had it and lost it at the last second.
And the Panthers maneuver in offside. 11:34 left in the third. 1-0. It's the Carolina Hurricanes in front here, but the Panthers starting to knock on the door. We will bring it back for more here in just a moment. Game 4 continues on in 90 seconds from now on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Well, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
11 minutes, 34 seconds left in the third period. 1-0 the Carolina Hurricanes over the Florida Panthers here in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers lead the series 3-0, trying to punch a ticket to the Stanley Cup Final for the third consecutive year if they can get it done here tonight. A little bit of work to do. First order of business, get this game tied up, and they've come close.
It's been much better here with the line changes. Now you got Lowstream and Lundell and Boqvist. And now another penalty coming up against Carolina. Boy, you're getting some gifts here. You got the offside call to go your way. Back-to-back power plays, a roughing call right off the face-off. Looks like it might be going against St. Coven. Not exactly sure what happened off that draw.
He may have clipped Luostarinen up high. Here's the call downstairs.
Or high sticking. So, yep, you're correct with clipping Luostarinen up high.
So a Publix power play for the Panthers. Must have been a BOGO deal on power plays in the third period over at Publix.
Yeah, you're getting your chances.
Here's the opportunity, and it's a big one. Jones hit the line. Long shot deflecting on goal. Frederick Anderson will haul it in. 11:21 left in the third. 1-0. It's the Canes in front. The Panthers a huge opportunity now to try and get this game knotted up late.
Not a bad idea. Win the faceoff and get Barkov to the front of the net. That shot through. Went off Burns' stick, the defenseman. Freddie Anderson had to concentrate to see that one all the way into his glove.
Near circle and scramble off the draw. Burns able to find a loose puck, and he'll hand one off to Martinook. It's played all the way down. Seth Jones back behind the Panthers net. Right to left across your radio. The Panthers bring it along. Jones dropped it back. Rodriguez there to grab control. He'll walk ahead. Rodriguez into the offensive end. Into the far circle. Burns the takeaway. Kept it to the outside. Panthers keep control, though. It's Ekblad out to the far point. Intercepted. Stall clears.
I understand Rodriguez to his feet there, but the play is to drop it off to Barkov. Let him carry it in. You got to go to your design play and your most confident player at zone entries, and that's Barkov.
Barkov to the offensive line. It's sent in offside. 1:08 left in the Publix power play, and the next unit's going to make its way on.
And that's one of the hardest things against this Carolina penalty killing. We talk about the pressure in the D zone, but once they clear the puck, they're standing up the blue line, denying zone entries. It becomes extremely tough. And you saw Rodriguez there try and go 1 against 2, 1 against 3. That's not going to work. And then Barkov, extra stick handle at the blue line, you're offside. You got to be able to get in there and at least get set up and give yourself a chance.
Puck dumped in by Kachuk. Around the inboards it goes. Burns near corner. Back behind the net, the Carolina zone. Jarvis there to grab it. Hands it on. Here's Aho for Carolina. Up the right side. Jarvis to the net. Aho right circle shot. Save made by Bobrovsky. Now the Panthers chance coming back 3-on-2. Kachuk out to center ice. Gives to Bennett right side. Bennett down to Kachuk in front. The pass behind Marchand here on the near side. Bennett flutters it down low. Marchand in front. A shot for Higgy wide. And then into the far circle. Aho on it. Couldn't clear. Panthers another chance in the offensive end. Bennett near circle for Higgy. Bennett at the line. Across one-timer Schmidt. Loose out front. It's Bennett. And the puck winds up in the far corner. Now Bennett. 20 seconds on the power play. Ekblad, high slot for Hagee, wrist shot, block, got it to the net, then on a backhand. Anderson reached out, couldn't cover. Out to the far point then, the Panthers keep control. Ekblad, Marchand, here in the near circle, Marchand up top, Ekblad, long shot, and it's followed up by Anderson. Now in the corner, Marchand on it again, to Ekblad, left point across one time for Hagee, shot, and that's wide, rims around, and it leaves the zone. Out of the box is Stankoven, back to 5-on-5. Stankoven up the right side for the Canes from the circle, a shot, and it's partially blocked by Ekblad. To the far corner it goes, hit over on that far side of the ice. A battle for a loose puck. Ekblad clears all the way down, no icing here. Panthers can get the line squared up, but 9:04 left in the third. Panthers still looking for one to tie. Puck worked in down to our right by Jankowski for the Canes.
Those back-to-back power plays just put momentum on your side.
And Uvas Balinskis carries it right to left for the Panthers. Into the offensive end, he'll dump it down. Around it goes, Jesper Boquist back around for it to Luostarinen far corner. Luostarinen there, right wing side. Had it pulled away by Nikishin, then Taylor Hall. Can he clear? No, he can't. Uvas Balinskis back down behind the net. That rims around near side. Anton Lundell, a shot into traffic. Bouncer out front off the save from Frederick Anderson with a goal stick.
That's an icing. They got an entire group on the ice.
And icing is called against Carolina. 8:25 left in the third. 1-0 Canes. And with that,
come out with your big boys. They got some goss to spare. The rest of that group, they are hunched over their sticks. And that is the fourth line for the Canes that gets trapped on the ice.
Draw here in the near circle. Barkov and Jankowski. Here on the near boards, Marchand runs one down and puts it behind the net where it's cut off by Gostisbehere. Near side Marchand looking out front. Barkov had it a little out of his reach. Far side of the ice, Seth Jones holds it down low. Into the corner, Nikishin. Tried to backhand around the end wall. He has two Panthers right there on him. Now Gostisbehere on the puck. Backhand near side. There to clear for Carolina. Up the near boards was Robinson. So down to our right, Seth Jones to play it. Rod Brindamore gets a rested group onto the ice now. Forsling out of the zone. Rodriguez across center. Puck played in. Around the end boards, Jonah Gadjevich. On the end wall, Slavin leans on him. Gadjevich fought through some pressure. Gave to Ekblad. Top of the right circle. A shot blocked by Jordan Stahl. And the puck on a play. 7:41 left in the third. 1-0 the Carolina Hurricanes in front. And in that sequence, it was the Carolina Hurricanes dodging another bullet, getting through a Panthers power play. They protect a 1-0 lead. Panthers looking for one to tie when we come back on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning. I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
7:41 left here in this third period of play. 1-0. It's the Carolina Hurricanes over the Florida Panthers. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers trying to lock this one down tonight, trying to move on to the Stanley Cup Final for the third year in a row. Carolina trying to live to fight another day, trying to force a Wednesday night 8 o'clock game in Raleigh. The Panthers would much rather just have the extra time to breathe. And a face-off coming up far circle down to our left. Anton Lundell take the draw against Stahl. 1-0 Canes. Panthers couple of power plays here in the third, but just haven't been able to solve Anderson. Sent out to center by Slavin. And to our right. Laid out to center ice by Kulikov. Drop back Lundell. Kulikov, then 7.5 minutes to go, third period. Jesper Boqvist banks it up the near side. Into the offensive end, Luostarinen. Lundell left circle, makes a move. Couldn't get a shot away. Slavin. He tries to clear. Can't get it by Kulikov. Whipped down low by Boqvist. Bouncer out front. Luostarinen has it down to the far corner, but it's knocked away by Burns. Up the far side, Stahl will fling it cross ice then. And that sends Kulikov tracking back into the Panthers' end. Both teams switch up the ensembles. Kulikov for Jones. Long feed out to center ice. It bounced away. Gostisbehere was trying to reel it in. It's dumped back in down to our right by the Kings. Kulikov will flip one out to Tkachuk, to Bennett through neutral ice. Sam Bennett into the offensive end. Slams on the brakes. Tried to dish for Tkachuk, but it's broken up by Aho. And back he goes for Carolina. Aho near circle. Backhand wide. That rims around. He's trying to go short side high with a backhand. And the puck went wide. Out to center ice. Here's Bennett. Bennett looking off to the far wing. Ekblad settles down a bouncing puck, but then it's chopped away. And Carolina gets it deep down to our right. Svechnikov plays it in.
Carolina's broke up a gazillion plays with their sticks in this game. And that's what they thrive on. That stick work and breaking up plays. There's another one there.
Right at the line. It was Slavin. And
he's the best at it on their team, too. Slavin's had a bunch of them.
Up the near side, Marchand. Taken away, Jackson Blake. Across far side, dumped in. Down to our right by Nikishin. Rodriguez there to Nate Schmidt, who jumps in the rush. Right wing side, Marchand. Spin move, pass out front. Barkov to the right circle. Barkov tries to work away from Slavin, who wrestles down Barkov with Marchand. A pass out to the right point. Schmidt to Balinskis, left side, long shot. Save me the rebound, and it was just chopped away from the front of the net. Looked like Slavin helped out his goaltender there. Now it's Rodriguez looking out front for Marchand, and the pass wobbled away, and the puck cleared out of the zone by Slavin. Into the offensive end for Carolina. Kokaniemi lost the puck. Anton Lundell has it inside Panthers territory, but that was a Jacob Slavin shift right there.
Yeah, getting back to that rebound, and looked like the Panthers maybe had a second, and Slavin gets there.
5:11 left in the third. 1-0 Carolina. The Panthers looking for one to tie. Just one. That's what they need in the last 5 minutes, 11 seconds. See if they can get it when we come back on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
5:11 to go here in the third. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers, they need one win to close this thing out. They'd love for that to be tonight. Down 1-0 with 5:11 left in regulation time. Panthers hoping to punch a third straight ticket to the Stanley Cup Final. Anton Lundell a face-off win. Kulikov sends it out of the zone. Bouncer down to our left in Nikishin. Back for Carolina. He'll whip one around far side of the ice, and Martinuk there to muscle it out beyond the blue line. This one sent in by Orlov down to our right. Bobrovsky behind the net for the Panthers, and the goaltender swings it around the glass out to neutral ice, and then it's Orlov here on the near side. Kept it in front of him, gave it to Jordan Staal. Jordan Martinuk up the right wing. Backhand out front, and it's punched to the corner by Lundell. From the far point, a drive from Nikishin is blocked by Luostarinen. Orlov pass through center. In goes Stankoven for Carolina. Stankoven, right circle out front. He was looking to beat Aho. Then a drive from the far side, top of the circle from Svechnikov. Wide with some heat on it. Down behind the net, Aho couldn't field the pass from Burns. Jesper Boqvist then for Seth Jones. He'll gain center ice. The puck dumped in down to our left. Into the near corner. A battle for a loose puck. Jarvis pokes it around far side. Kachuk, then Bennett. And he couldn't reel that one in. It's tossed along. A breakaway down to our right. Aho hands it off Jarvis. Backhand off the side of the net. Aho probably passed up a shot there, trying to dish that one to Jarvis. And now back come the Panthers quickly. Bennett in for Verhaeghe just inside the blue line. Behind the net, Kachuk. Kachuk to the near corner. Shuffles it behind the net. Burns can't clear in front. Bennett took a whack at it, but that bouncing puck just too hot to handle. And the Canes bring it out. Here's Jarvis. He'll dump it down to our right. 3:35 to go in regulation time. Here in the near corner, Balinskis to Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez to center. He'll drive it down to our left. The pass rims around the end boards. Now here on the near side, it's reeled in by Orlov. Handed out to center, Carrier. In the end is Jankowski. A shot from out front blocked. Carrier to the far circle, Robinson. He'll wind one around near point. It's Dmitry Orlov for the Kings. Out front, tipped on goal, and a save made by Bobrovsky. Carrier angled that one to the net. Sergei Bobrovsky wasn't even certain that he made the save, but that was just a product of being positioned properly.
Yeah,
Sergei Bobrovsky was in the right spot, made the save. Sometimes as a goaltender, you just got to get in the way.
Yeah. Hopefully it's the last one he's got to make, and we'll see how it plays out here. 3:05 on the clock, and I'd expect Paul Maurice probably put that Lundell line out for about a 45-second shift, and then the top guys are going to roll, and you're going to look to get Sergei Bobrovsky towards the bench. 45 seconds, that puts you at about 2:30, 2:15. So get these guys out there for 30 to 40 seconds. Get with your top guns. If they don't score here, get Bobrovsky over to the bench.
Jesper Boqvist out of the zone, plays one down to our left. Brent Burns in the corner to Slavin. Up the far side, Forsling holds the zone for the Panthers, then Jordan Staal on it. Forsling had broken his stick holding that puck in the zone, so the Canes are able to get it clear. Down to our right, it's Kulikov. Kulikov back behind the net. Nate Schmidt up the boards. Barkov there. Barkov to Bennett. In go the Panthers. Bennett, top of the near circle, a shot wide, and that takes a bounce off to the far side of the ice. Stankoven there for Carolina. Poke check nicely by Seth Jones. Back in he goes for the Panthers. Up the right side, Jones. Bobrovsky to the bench. A shot and a save made Anderson. The extra attacker heading on for the Panthers. It's Kachuk to the near corner. Bennett around far side. Along the boards, Kachuk, it's taken away. It's taken away, and up the far side goes Jarvis. A backhand, Svechnikov to Aho, and they score. And Carolina takes a 2-0 lead with 2:11 to go in the third. 2-0 Canes, an empty net goal for the Carolina Hurricanes. And Billy, I'm sure they were far too fancy there for Rod Brindamore's liking, but his top liners managed to finish that off.
Stankoven turned over the puck right in the middle of the ice. That allowed the Panthers to get the goaltender pulled and to the bench. And Stankoven, who's been terrific for the majority of the game, he's over there really thanking his teammates. And again, sticks. Tkachuk has it. Seth Jarvis sticks in the lane. And this is Carolina hockey. We talked about what the Panthers do, and it's physical and it's in your face. And kind of the difference between the two systems is Carolina gets it done defensively with sticks in lanes, breaking up plays. And it's been on display here this evening. And shorthanded. Niskanen actually, watching him play, he's pretty comfortable for a big guy on the back end. And I would have had that option over Morrow initially, just watching what I've seen from him so far. They extend that lead to 2. And Bobrovsky out immediately. So we're going to go 6-on-5 right from the drop of the puck at center.
Well, now the Panthers need 2 in the last 2:05. Here's Seth Jones for Brad Marchand. Puck angled down to our left. Behind the net, Frederik Andersen. Up the far side of the ice, Marchand out front. Bouncing puck, and Stankoven the takeaway. He clears. Seth Jones is center to Verhaeghe. Looks to dump it down. Burns stops it up. Long feed. Here's Jordan Staal. A lane to the empty net. Jordan Staal and the Carolina captain makes it 3-0 Carolina. A second empty net goal. And with 1:45 left in the third and Carolina up 3-0, the Canes, they've done all they can here tonight to force this back to Raleigh, and they are well on their way now to doing so.
How hard to chase games against either of these teams. We talked about the first goal, and they get comfortable. That first goal, and you can see their defensive style and their play. And we talked about why they're in the Eastern Conference Final. Pretty good example tonight. Panthers were sluggish. Panthers passing, not crisp. First couple of periods, they get that opening goal. Panthers pushed hard here in the third period, and there was some stellar defense by Carolina all along. They killed a couple of big penalties, sticks in lanes, and got to give a tip of the hat sometimes to the opponent. And Panthers were playing at an unbelievably high level for an extended period of time. It's tough to beat any team in this league. 4 games in a row. We found that out against Toronto when we were trying to do that. And a little minor miscue here, and looks like we're headed back to Raleigh. And in 15 tries, I believe, this will be the first win in the Eastern Conference Final. 0 for 15 in the last 3 trips, and including this one in the Eastern Conference Final for the Hurricanes.
52.8 on the clock here in the third. 3-0 Carolina in front. And the Canes, their main objective tonight was just live to fight another day.
And we saw can't take anything for granted.
No, and it's the value we've seen. The value both these teams place on having a lead. When either of these teams get a lead, there's a reason they had the records they did. There's a reason they're in the positions they are.
And Carolina needed someone to step up to the plate. And up front tonight, that was Stankoven.
Ekblad broke his stick. Taylor Hall takes the puck away. And then he's blasted by Gadjevich along the far boards. And then Gadjevich takes a shot from the key shooting. Out at center ice, the puck grabbed back by Taylor Hall. And we've got a
Gadjevich against Martinook.
Penalty being assessed.
There might be a couple of guys getting an early shower here. Well, not too early, 35 on the clock. But Gadjevich. Okay.
Well, Billy, I saw you fielded that question from a listener last game. Somebody actually asked Billy, what does a player do when he gets the gate early?
Yeah.
It's a fair question.
Take your equipment off, shower.
You've been there before.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't put your dress clothes on all the time, but you'll shower and get clean, and then you'll just get some clean laundry, shirt. You go sit on the sofa and watch the game. Just take it easy, maybe stretch a little bit there while you're watching the game, and watch the rest of it play out. That's about it.
And depending on what was going on, how you got ejected from the game, there could be different levels of adrenaline probably going through you.
Yeah, pumping them through you. So, yeah, not a lot to it. You just go back and accept it.
Face off, far circle down to our right. So it was a 2-minute penalty and a 10-minute misconduct assessed there to Gazovic. Half minutes go in this one. Balinskis down to our left. And no icing here. Morrow back for Carolina. Scott Morrow up the far side of the ice. Dropped it back, Nikishin, then Robin